We welcome you live inside the Chris Klein Athletic Complex on the beautiful campus of Marshall University in Huntington, West Virginia, where we are set to bring you day one competition of the 2026 Mountain East Conference Indoor Track and Field Championships. Running prelims set to take place on the Jeff Small track here at this great venue. Greetings from Huntington for our coverage on the Mountain East Conference Digital Television Network, along with analyst Jim Mahan, our great crew. I'm Mark Martin, delighted to have you with us and getting set to begin our running prelims. And it will be in the men's 60-meter hurdles. Dominic Gagum of West Liberty is in lane 1. Seth Wisman of West Liberty in lane 2. Akeem Mustafa of Point Park is in lane 3. Kamar Sutherland of Point Park is in lane 4. Braden Hashman of Glenville is in lane 5. Gavin Glass of Point Park in lane 6. Reese Hunt, freshman out of the University of Charleston, in lane 7. And Dallas Ford of Concord is in lane 8. This is heat 1 of 2 to get us going here on this Saturday evening in Huntington. Great to have all of you with us. Jonathan Keigel is the head coach at Concord. Jason Piles at Davis and Elkins. Kalen Christopher at the new program there for Fairmont State University. Rashawn Walker of Frostburg. Dan Myers of Glenville State. Point Park, led by Tim Kramer. Nick Bias is the leader at the University of Charleston. Michael Trax at West Liberty. Devontae Nesby at West Virginia State. Kelsey Chambers at West Virginia Wesleyan. And Greg Schmidt at Wheeling. Keigel, Christopher, Walker, Trax, Nesby, and Schmidt, all new to the coaching ranks here in the Mountain East Conference. Guided by the great Reed Amos. Dave Hickman is the starter. Gun is fired, and away we go. Hurdle's already being knocked away. And Kamar Sutherland there for Point Park, going to come away victorious. 8.17 seconds. Braden Hashman, 8.34 out of Glenville, was second. Gavin Glass was third. Akeem Mustafa of Point Park was fourth. Dominic Gagum of West Liberty was fifth. Dallas Ford was sixth out of Concord. Reese Hunt of the UC was seventh. And Seth Wisman of West Liberty was eighth. So good run there by Kamar Sutherland. And now ready to go here with our second heat. So we'll have Deshaun Jeffrey of Frostburg in lane 1. George Donovich of West Liberty will be in lane 2. Ian Wood of Davis and Elkins will be in lane 3. Massimo Pantano of UC is in lane 4. Frank Hicks of Charleston's in lane 5. Marquise Burks is in lane 6. Julian Grace of UC is in lane 7. And Karel Froman of Point Park is in lane 8. Jeffrey, a sophomore in lane 1 from Frostburg. Donovich of West Liberty, a senior, in lane 2. Wood, a junior from Davis and Elkins, in lane 3. Antano of UC, a sophomore in lane 4. Hicks, freshman from UC, in lane 5. Burks, a senior from Frostburg's, in lane 6. Grace, the sophomore, is in lane 7. And Froman, Point Park, a freshman, in lane 8. Women's 60-meter hurdle trials. The prelims will follow here. And a lot of field events already unfolding today. Levi Barnhart, Cade Burgess, Corey Boggs, Our crew, along with the executive producer of Video Productions, is Butch Mounts, in conjunction with the MEC, bring you all the great sights and sounds here of this Mountain East Conference Indoor Championships 2026 two-day event, Saturday and Sunday. Next to last weekend here in the month of February. A lot of great things getting set to unfold. Next weekend, we'll wrap up the regular season for men's and women's basketball, and then it will be off to Wheeling for the tournament. Runners about ready to get in the blocks. Ian Wood, a young man from Point Pleasant, there in lane 3. Davis and Elkins. Outstanding athlete during his days there in Mason County. And Dave Hickman will start us again. And the gun is fired. Second heat of the men's 60-meter hurdles. And Massimo Pantano going to come away victorious, 8.08 seconds. Frank Hicks was second. Terrell Froman of Point Park was third. Ian Wood was fourth. Deshaun Jeffrey was fifth out of Frostburg. George Donovic of West Liberty was sixth. Julian Grace of UC was seventh. And Marquise Burks from Frostburg finishes eighth. So again, looking at those unofficial results, Joe Heinzman actually was the starter for that race. Dave Hickman as the backup. All right, we're going to be joined by Massimo Pantano, who just captured the second heat. And congratulations to you, my man. Take us through this one.
Thanks very much. A little bit nervous coming into this one. This season's been a little bit slower than last season. But I came in with high hopes, and I'm very happy with what I was able to do in the heats.
Yeah, you are a sophomore. What did you learn from last year that has carried you now here into this second season of track and field?
I can do anything I really set my mind to. Just go out there and have fun. When you start to put pressure on yourself and you start to get all in your head, it can take a turn for the worse. So just have fun, and I know I can do it. So. Yeah.
Never gets old crossing that finish line first, does it?
Absolutely not.
All right, congratulations, and we look forward to seeing you later on here in this meet.
Thanks very much. See you then.
All right, now we will be shifting gears here to the women's 60-meter hurdle prelim, and this will be heat 1, and we'll have Maylee Bland of West Virginia Wesleyan in lane 1, Kiara Kesner of West Liberty will be in lane 2. Emma Romer of Point Park will be in lane 3. Alexis Heide of Point Park will be in lane 4. And then we will have Isabel Mastera of Frostburg in lane 5. Mallory Dunn-Martin will be in lane 6. And Peyton Kravchuk of UC will be in lane 7. So Mastria, they're in lane 4, or check that, lane 5. So Kamar Sutherland takes first in heat 1 of the men's 60-meter hurdles. And in heat 2 here of the prelims, Massimo Pantano of the University of Charleston. Look, Pantano there, been out of breath as he crosses the finish line first. Great feeling for that young man. And we start to see the competitors here start to make their way toward the blocks. Two of the best in the business, Dave Hickman and Joe Heinzman there. Some of the great officials running this indoor event. Pantano out of Australia, sophomore, a hurdler and a sprinter. Takes that second heat. Maylee Bland is a freshman from Wesleyan. Again in lane 1. Kiara Kessner out of West Liberty is a sophomore in lane 2. Emma Romer of Point Park, a junior in lane 3. Alexis Heide of Point Park in lane 4. Isabel Maestria of Frostburg in lane 5, a junior. Mallory Dunn-Martin of UC, just a freshman. And Peyton Krafchek of UC, a sophomore in lane 7. Dunn-Martin had a chance to watch that young lady on the high school scene for many years, running right here in her hometown of Huntington. Gun fired, and away we go here. First of 2 heats. And a nice run there by Mallory Dunn-Martin. 8.70. See there the PR for several runners. Romer out of Point Park was second. Maestria was third. Heidi was fourth. Bland fifth. Kesner sixth. And Krafchek was seventh. Now, Mallory Dunn-Martin, she knows a lot about success, and a chance here to come and run indoors in a championship setting here in her hometown. Get a good look here at the Chris Klein Complex, named in honor of the great late Chris Klein, Beckley native. Gave so much to this university. Line up here for heat number 2 of our women's 60-meter hurdle prelims. Eloisa Vasquez, West Liberty, freshman, will be in lane 1. Lindsey Simmons of Point Park, a sophomore, will be in lane 2. Madison Medley, a freshman from Frostburg, in lane 3. Whereas Delgado is in lane 4. Mickey Engelbrecht, junior, in lane 5 out of UC. And Marissa Scott from West Liberty in lane 6, a junior. And Sophie Abraham, freshman from West Liberty, in lane 7. Abraham, an outstanding athlete at Wheeling Park High School. So Laura Delgado Torres, they're in lane 4, so keep an eye on her. She is a senior from Barcelona. Flanking her, Madison Medley from Frostburg in lane 3, and in lane 5, Minky Engelbrecht, her teammate from UC. Gun is fired, and off we go here. And Delgado Torres and her teammate Engelbrecht battle it out, and Engelbrecht comes away with the victory. 8.82 seconds. Delgado de Torres was second in a time of 8.95 seconds, and then the rest of Scott, Simmons, Medley, Abraham, and Vasquez. Catching up with Mickey Engelbrecht. All right, Mickey, congratulations on the victory, battling there with your teammate. That's nothing new, right?
Yeah, no, that was an insane race. I didn't really know what to expect. I had a very difficult season, but my mindset was just to go full out. So, yeah.
You are a junior from South Africa. How did you make your way to the University of Charleston?
Well, basically, all because of track. I know I wanted to do the American experience as a student athlete, and University of Charleston was just the right fit for me. So, yeah.
All right, great race, and obviously we'll see you again tomorrow and throughout here. So congratulations on your victory here in this indoor track and field meet here in Huntington.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
All right, there she is. Winner of heat number 2, Mickey Engelbrecht of the University of Charleston, junior. Coming away victorious in the women's 60-meter hurdles. The preliminary round, that was heat number 2. Again, Mallory Dunn Martin captured the victory in the first heat. So next up on our schedule of running events, we will have the men's 400 meters coming up, and we will break away. We shall return here to the Chris Klein Athletic Complex on the campus of Marshall University. You're watching live streaming coverage of the 2026 Mountain East Conference Indoor Track and Field Championships.
For over 4 decades, the health plan has called West Virginia home. It all started with a vision to serve our community with pride and integrity. We've grown alongside West Virginia, becoming part of its fabric. We've been here through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Because at the health plan, we don't just work here, we live here. Proudly serving West Virginia since 1979. Your trusted partner in the community. The health plan. Here for you.
No weekend plans? Try some of ours. From unrivaled outdoor adventure you won't find anywhere else in the world, to hometown plates and platters that pair well with the local craft beers. The happiest hours start here. Mountaineer Country. Come, go wild.
Davis-Elkins College is known for the quality of nurses,
So
business leaders, and teachers we prepare for the field. Our location makes programs
he's
in
out
resource
visiting
management
people.
and
He's
outdoor
done more
recreation
in
and natural
2 weeks
affairs.
than Franklin
Distinction
did
and
in
excellence, we
16
provide an
years
affordable
now.
education designed just for you.
West Virginia Wesleyan College is always
He's
been
good.
about
He's
helping
young.
students
He's got
become
a
the best
9-year-old
versions of
daughter.
themselves.
I hope he stays here for a long time. He plans on
real
it.
and
So
palpable. You're not
we'll
going to
see.
get lost at a college that's filled with faculty who are here for one reason.
Daughter go
That
to
reason
Ripley
is to teach
Elementary?
people.
Well, they're a
They're a
homeschooler
person
people. It just seems to be
At West Virginia Wesleyan
more
College,
and more of
here
a
you can
trend.
achieve
And that's,
whatever your dreams
I
are.
can't really say
This
much,
is
you
a
know. I
place
mean,
that's accessible,
because I've always been a
affordable,
proponent of
but the
public
people
ed.
are what have always
Jesse,
made this college
how you doing, brother?
so
Good to
amazing.
see you, man.
Hey, Levi, are we able to just kind of go until almost time to the next event starts? Okay.
Good to see you.
It's about unlocking your potential and discovering your purpose.
It's about community and how we can better serve others.
It's about learning and doing.
It's about the journey and the road getting there.
It's about opportunities and the endless possibilities.
It's about finding where you belong, and it is here at Concord University.
It's about you, and it starts with you.
Fairmont State University is a great place. A cozy campus surrounded by nature and outdoor adventure. An authentic school filled with friendly people who are down to earth. People who roll up their sleeves, help each other out, get stuff done, and have fun doing it. That's what makes Fairmont State such a great place. It's a great place to make friends for life and a great place to soar. Learn more at fairmontstate.edu.
What's possible when you have the freedom to explore things that inspire you? To be a part of a community that supports and challenges you. Where can you go to find the space and time to reach your goals? Who can you become when you're able to make connections in a place where you belong? Find out what's possible at Frostburg State University.
Glenville State University offers cutting-edge programs, small class sizes, and dedicated faculty providing students with a personalized experience focused on their success. With the lowest tuition in the Mountain State, every student has the opportunity to achieve their goals. At Glenville State University, you'll find a community that supports, challenges, and inspires you every step of the way. From hands-on learning in state-of-the-art facilities to internships that connect you with real-world opportunities, we prepare you for the challenges and triumphs of tomorrow. Pioneer your future at Glenville State University.
Launch your healthcare career at West Liberty University. We offer health science degrees in programs like nursing, dental hygiene, speech pathology and audiology, medical lab science, pre-medicine, psychology, biomedical science, or the physician assistant program. Our faculty have the experience to prepare you for a rewarding future. There's never been a better time to prepare for a healthcare career, and there's no better place than West Liberty University. Find out more at westliberty.edu/healthcareers.
For over 4 decades, the health plan is called West Virginia Home. It all started with a vision to serve our community with pride and integrity. We've grown alongside West Virginia, becoming part of its fabric. We've been here through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Because at the health plan, we don't just work here, we live here. Proudly serving West Virginia since 1979. Your trusted partner in the community. The health plan. Here for you.
No weekend plans? Try some of ours. From unrivaled outdoor adventure you won't find anywhere else in the world, to hometown plates and platters that pair well with the local craft beers. The happiest hours start here. Mountaineer Country. Come, go wild.
For over 4 decades, the health plan is called West Virginia Home. It all started with a vision to serve our community with pride and integrity. We've grown alongside West Virginia, becoming part of its fabric. We've been here through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Because at the health plan, we don't just work here, we live here. Proudly serving West Virginia since 1979. Your trusted partner in the community. The health plan. Here for you.
No weekend plans? Try some of ours. From unrivaled outdoor adventure you won't find anywhere else in the world, to hometown plates and platters that pair well with the local craft beers. The happiest hours start here. Mountaineer Country. Come, go wild.
Davis and Elkins College is known for the quality of nurses, business leaders, and teachers we prepare for the field. And our location makes programs in resource management and outdoor recreation a natural fit. With distinction and excellence, we provide an affordable education designed just for you.
West Virginia Wesleyan College has always been about helping students become the best versions of themselves. The sense of community here is real and palpable. You're not going to get lost at a college that's filled with faculty who are here for one reason. That reason is to teach people. Because they're not a number here, they're a person here. At West Virginia Wesleyan College, here you can achieve whatever your dreams are. This is a place that's accessible, affordable, but the people are what have always made this college so amazing.
It's about unlocking your potential and discovering your purpose.
It's about community and how we can better serve others.
It's about learning and doing.
It's about the journey and the road getting there.
It's about opportunities and the endless possibilities.
It's about finding where you belong, and it is here at Concord University.
It's about you, and it starts with you.
And we welcome you back here to the Chris Klein Athletic Complex on the beautiful campus of Marshall University, Huntington, West Virginia. The Jeff Small track, and it is day number 1 of the Mountain East Conference Indoor Track and Field Championships. And we have had our first running action individually, and that was the men's 60-meter hurdles. And Heat 1, it was Kamar Sutherland of Point Park coming away victorious, and Massimo Pantano of the University of Charleston won Heat 2. On the women's side, Mallory Dunn-Martin, freshman out of the University of Charleston, Huntington native. She takes Heat 1, and in Heat 2 is Minky Engelbrecht coming away victorious. And we are getting set for 400-meter action. There will be 4 heats for the men, and there will also be 4 heats for the women, joined by state championship track and field coach Jim Mahan. Jim, always great to have you on board here to help call the action on the track. I know it brings back a lot of great memories for you, and we've witnessed a lot of outstanding Division II athletes down through the years calling this indoor track and field meet here in Huntington.
Yeah, we sure have, Mark, and it's just an honor to be with you and calling again. And we're at a great facility and got all the best teams in MEC lined up here for this indoor track championship. And, you know, what folks may not know at home, and it's a 300-meter track, and we're going to run a 400 meters, so they're going to run more than one lap, and they stagger back to the starting point, and they'll run more than 2 curves in this, as opposed to a traditional 400-meter track one time around the track, and you're finished. What a grueling race a 400 is, Mark.
It's a dead sprint.
It's really a sprint, and here we see it right here. You see just coming out of the curve, just that one curve that they're going to get, and then they're going to have the finish line right. That's what they're going by right now, and this is just an all-out endurance. 6-lane track. They're only using the outside 3, 4, 5, and 6 lanes for that, and you see them there with the stagger, and now they collapse in.
Eric Kruder, a freshman from UC, is in lane 3. Carson Smith, a freshman from Glenville, in lane 4. Harry Canoe of West Liberty, a freshman, is in lane 5. And Dominique Giangelli, a freshman from West Liberty, is in lane 6. Down the stretch, to come here in this first of 4 heats. Stretching it out is Kruder, and Kruder out of the University of Charleston will take it there. Came in with a time of 48.48 seconds, and 50.10 there is the winning time for Eric Kruder. Giangelli was second. Carson Smith was third, and Harry Cano of West Liberty was fourth. So 2 West Lib runners there in that first heat.
Yeah, really bunched up there right at the finish line. You see, Mark, those guys, and you're looking for, these are heats. There's 4 heats. You mentioned that earlier, but it's going to be the top 6 times, and all of those heats are going to be the winners. It should be a heat winner in all 4 of the heats, and then the new 2 fastest times left out of those other 4 heats. So you got to be a heat winner to be in the finals.
Brand Durant of the University of Charleston has the meet record, 47.94 seconds. That was set in 2024. So now in Heat 2, we have Rory Taylor-Young out of Glenville, a freshman. Alejandro Salgado of the University of Charleston is in lane 2, senior again for that outstanding Golden Eagle program of Nick Bias. Also from the University of Charleston in lane 5, Carlos Gomez, a junior, and in lane 6, Davon Singleton of West Virginia State. So it's 3, 4, 5, and 6 are the lanes. Again with Rory Taylor-Young, Alejandro Salgado, Carlos Gomez, and Davon Singleton.
And you want to definitely be sure you're not on the inside of that. Of course, the best lanes here, if you're looking for strategy in terms of races, lanes 3 and 4, Mark. But you'll notice all of these 400-meter runners for the men's are all using blocks, which they should, because if you're standing, they're going more likely to be you're an anomaly in a 400 if you're not using your blocks. So they pretty much all use them. That isn't paramount like a sprint, like the 100 or 200, but it does make a difference in how you start your race.
And I had to age myself, but I ran this back in the day when it was the 440, and we didn't use blocks.
Yeah, 440, and you stood there on the line. There you go. And good start. They're really not trying to explode out. They're just trying to get out to that first 100 meters, and they want to get to that break point, which is going to be right underneath where we're covering here. They come out of this banked curve. Pretty good, nice, smooth stride there.
2 UC runners, Glenville with Salgado in the blue and Davon Singleton in the black top. Rory Taylor Young is the freshman from Glenville. Alejandro Salgado of UC and Carlos Gomez.
Salgado's trying to cover some ground here, but I don't think he's going to run out of time.
So it's going to be Alejandro Salgado, 49.10 seconds, and Rory Taylor Young of Glenville was second. Carlos Gomez of UC was third, and Davon Singleton of West Virginia State was in the number 4 spot.
Yeah, Salgado and Taylor Young both breaking 50. We didn't have anybody in the first heat mark that broke 50. However, we're looking at heat winners, so they'll take the top 4 heat winners plus the next 2 best times right now would be this heat, pending the last 2 prelims.
So 2 UC runners have captured victory in our first 2 heats. Now on to Heat 3. We got Brady Pryor, a sophomore from the University of Charleston, in lane 3. Christian Reed is in lane 4, the junior from Point Park. Joseph Lavillo of West Virginia Wesleyan is in lane 5, a junior. And William Jackson, a freshman from Concord, is in lane 6. Brady Pryor has the top time at 49.20 seconds.
This is usually not a time you'll see a false start, not at this level in the 400, simply because the start itself is not demonstratively important.
So the first 2 heats, we had at least 2 runners from a particular school. This one, a little different now, as we have 4 runners from 4 different schools: Charleston, Point Park, West Virginia Wesleyan, and Concord. West Liberty had a couple of runners in that first heat. Charleston had 2 in the second heat. Gun fired, and off we go.
You see pretty much the stagger made up after the first 100 meters. You've got a lot of length here.
All right, striding it out there from the University of Charleston is Pryor. Christian Reed from Point Park staying there in lane 2.
You got a lot of air under those strides right now. You're going to see when they come out of this turn mark and they got that last 100 meters to go, who has the best mechanics and who's been working on their aerobics.
And trying to stretch it out is Pryor. And for West Virginia Wesleyan, Lavillo, but it's going to be Pryor hanging on. Lavillo was second, and Christian Reed was third, and William Jackson was fourth. So another win for the University of Charleston. Again, these guys battle day after day, and now they're going to see each other again tomorrow.
Yeah, you see 3 guys there that broke 50. So we've had, in the first heat we didn't have anybody break 50. The second heat we had 2 guys break 50, and this one we have 3. So right there you're looking with another heat to go, see how these are going to stack up tomorrow. We'll see the final somewhere in the men's, I think around 4:55 in the afternoon tomorrow to crown the MEC champion in the men's 400.
Laura McElray is in lane 3 out of the University of Charleston, a sophomore. Maxwell Eaton in lane 4, freshman from Point Park. In lane 4, Cosmo Johnson in lane 5, freshman from UC. And Glenville, represented by Ian Strader, sophomore in lane 6.
A lot of young kids out there running these 400s right now, Mark. And you had alluded to earlier that UC had quite a few runners in this. It's not like in the Scholastic you're only allowed 3 competitors per event. They can put as many kids as they want in it. And UC does have somewhat of an advantage because they have so many kids out for track and field. It's just amazing.
And what Nick Bias has done there has been absolutely sensational. A lot of kids from overseas, and some of the other programs do as well. Great to see. And you're talking to Mickey Engelbrecht earlier, who won a heat in the 60-meter hurdles, and she said just the American experience of track and field.
Wow.
All right, so this is
Eaton's just on a bullet right now.
Maxwell Eaton of Point Park. They're in lane 4, just a freshman, coming in with a time of 49.46 seconds. See if he can keep that up.
You see a little bit of tightness with the upper body there, trying to move the arms, and he's being stalked there by a couple of UC runners. Let's see if they can reel him in this last 100 meters, Mark.
And McElray out of UC and Cosmo Johnson from UC, but like a bullet, Maxwell Eaton basically Jim wire to wire.
Yeah, from start to finish, he didn't let up, and what he did is he really used those arms in that last 60 meters, which really helped him, and well, that was a really good run by him. I mean, really solid. He only wanted to break 50 in this group at 48.88. That's a really good time.
Yeah, PR for him. McElray finished second. Cosmo Johnson was third, and Ian Strader was fourth. So the men's competition, just like that, blink, and they have completed 4 heats in the 400 meters. And out on to the women's 400 meters, the prelims. And again, we will have 4 heats as well. Isabel Torres, a senior from Glenville, will be in lane 3. Brooklyn Reynolds, junior out of West Liberty, will be in lane 4. Akeelia Fletcher of West Virginia State will be in lane 5. And the senior, Marmo Akita from West Virginia Wesleyan, will be in lane 4. Great facility here. Outstanding for the Mountain East Conference. Get our coaches, a lot of new coaches this season with track and field in the MEC. Jonathan Keigel taking over for the great Mikey Cox there at Concord. Davison Elkins is led by Jason Piles. Fairmont guided by Kaylin Christopher, new program. Christopher had a sensational running career at WVU. Frostburg led by first-year leader Rayshawn Walker. Glenville veteran Dan Myers, Point Park veteran Tim Kramer, Nick Bias, talked about him at the University of Charleston. Michael Trax is new at West Liberty. Devontae Nesby new at West Virginia State. Wesleyan led by Kelsey Chambers, and Wheeling under the guidance of first-year leader Greg Schmidt.
Yeah, a lot of first-year coaches, Mark, and you see that they're trying to establish their culture with their kids and kind of what they expect out of them, and it is very difficult to coach this sport because there are so many different events. You have running events, you have throwing events, you have jumping events, you have hurdles, you have pole vault, you have javelin, there are so many different events, and it's not possible for you to be an expert in all of them. So they go and they find these people that are experts or have a lot of expertise in the triple jump or in the shot put or in the hammer throw, whatever it is, and they find these people, and then they do a really good job of what we haven't seen 25 years ago. They have advanced so far with the technology that they can film their throws and their runs and check their strides and understand that are they hitting the golden 3 stride lengths between the hurdles? Are they exploding out of the blocks in the sprints? They can study all of that and see where is their deficiency and how they can get better. And they're only going to get better as the years improve and the technology improves with them.
Of course, each week the Mountain East Conference highlighting track and field athletes. And back in December, Braden Ward of Concord, Matthew Mealy of University of Charleston, Dom Collins of Concord, Marquise Burks of Frostburg, Luke Messenger of UC, and Hugo Hewitt of UC have all been honored thus far this season. Violet Wall at the first of the year from Concord, Natalie Barr of Glenville, and Colette Patty of UC on the women's side. Dunya Van Den Toren of Point Park garnered it for a second time. She was also a winner in December. Laura Twyman of Davison Elkins, Savannah Hardman of Davison Elkins, and Ira Ross of West Liberty. Most recent winner. And a lot of great athletes making their way to these great schools in West Virginia, Maryland, and Pennsylvania. Point Park out of Pittsburgh.
You know, it's an all-day, or not all day, it's actually more than one day. It's actually a 2-day event here, Mark, and you see a lot of this intermingling, a lot of camaraderie, not just amongst your teammates, but with other competitors, and it's a friendly but yet competitive conference, and it's just all due to how well the coaches and the administrators put all this stuff together.
Of course, the University of Charleston has been so strong down through the years.
Well, it's so true when they say there's strength in numbers, because UC has plenty of numbers when it comes to indoor, and as many, if not more, in the outdoor season.
A year ago, UC with 178.5 points, taking the women's championship. Beth Sykes of UC was the track athlete of the year. Field athlete of the year was Laura Delgado de Torres. She was the MVP. Coach of the year was Tim Kramer of Point Park. On the men's side, UC winning. Davison Elkins was second. Tristan Blatt of Davison Elkins was the freshman of the year. Sam Indians of Charleston was the track athlete of the year. Akeem Mustafa was the field athlete of the year out of Point Park, and he was also the championship MVP. Coach of the year on the men's side was Nick Bias.
Yeah, Sam Indians with a prolific 800 time, one of the best in the country, Mark. It was really phenomenal to watch him. What a privilege to watch him run. I'm trying to be very strict with their timing here. It's 6:25 is the women's 400-meter prelims, and we're looking at about a 10 minutes if they're going to stay on schedule.
All right, we will break away, and we shall return here to Huntington. Great to have all of you joining us here, and you are watching live streaming coverage of the 2026 Mountain East Conference Indoor Track Championships.
For over 4 decades, the health plan is called West Virginia Home. It all started with a vision to serve our community with pride and integrity. We've grown alongside West Virginia, becoming part of its fabric. We've been here through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Because at the health plan, we don't just work here, we live here. Proudly serving West Virginia since 1979. Your trusted partner in the community. The health plan. Here for you.
No weekend plans? Try some of ours. From unrivaled outdoor adventure you won't find anywhere else in the world, to hometown plates and platters that pair well with the local craft beers. The happiest hours start here. Mountaineer Country. Come, go wild.
Davison Elkins College is known for the quality of nurses, business leaders, and teachers we prepare for the field. And our location makes programs in resource management and outdoor recreation a natural fit. With distinction and excellence, we provide an affordable education designed just for you.
West Virginia Wesleyan College has always been about helping students become the best versions of themselves. The sense of community here is real and palpable. You're not going to get lost at a college that's filled with faculty who are here for one reason. That reason is to teach people. Because they're not a number here, they're a person here. At West Virginia Wesleyan College, here you can achieve whatever your dreams are. This is a place that's accessible, affordable, but the people are what have always made this college so amazing.
It's about unlocking your potential and discovering your purpose.
It's about community and how we can better serve others.
It's about learning and doing.
It's about the journey and the road getting there.
It's about opportunities and the endless possibilities.
It's about finding where you belong, and it is here at Concord University.
It's about you, and it starts with you.
Fairmont State University is a great place. A cozy campus surrounded by nature and outdoor adventure. An authentic school filled with friendly people who are down to earth. People who roll up their sleeves, help each other out, get stuff done, and have fun doing it. That's what makes Fairmont State such a great place. It's a great place to make friends for life and a great place to soar. Learn more at fairmontstate.edu.
What's possible when you have the freedom to explore things that inspire you? To be a part of a community that supports and challenges you. Where can you go to find the space and time to reach your goals? Who can you become when you're able to make connections in a place where you belong? Find out what's possible at Frostburg State University.
Glenville State University offers cutting-edge programs, small class sizes, and dedicated faculty providing students with a personalized experience focused on their success. With the lowest tuition in the Mountain State, every student has the opportunity to achieve their goals. At Glenville State University, you'll find a community that supports, challenges, and inspires you every step of the way. From hands-on learning in state-of-the-art facilities to internships that connect you with real-world opportunities, we prepare you for the challenges and triumphs of tomorrow. Pioneer your future at Glenville State University.
Launch your healthcare career at West Liberty University. We offer health science degrees in programs like nursing, dental hygiene, speech pathology and audiology, medical lab science, pre-medicine, psychology, biomedical science, or the physician assistant program. Our faculty have the experience to prepare you for a rewarding future. There's never been a better time to prepare for a healthcare career, and there's no better place than West Liberty University. Find out more at westliberty.edu/healthcareers.
Our mission as educators is to help you grow, explore, and achieve your aspirations. When our seniors graduate, they receive more than just a diploma. They leave Wheeling University with clarity, purpose, and the confidence that they need to succeed throughout their career. Exceptional experiences, exciting opportunities, meaningful guidance, and lifelong friendships. This is the foundation and academic excellence we believe in. That's the Wheeling University difference.
You have dreams.
You have dreams.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there?
For more than 125 years, West Virginia State University has been educating generations of students who have gone on to change the world.
At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty.
You study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have. No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State.
Trying to find where you fit in the world can be challenging. But then there's a moment where it all comes together. And that moment happens at Point Park University. Career-focused programs converge with a vibrant downtown campus to prepare you for work and life. From experienced professors and internships to culture and job opportunities, you'll get the best of both worlds. Point Park University, where it all comes together.
Back here at the Chris Klein Athletic Complex on the campus of Marshall University in Huntington, West Virginia. Women's 400 meters prelims now. And the first heat out on the track here at the Mountain East Conference Indoor Track Championships. Isabel Torres of Glenville is in lane 3. She is a senior. Brooklyn Reynolds, a junior from West Liberty, is in lane 4. Akelia Fletcher of West Virginia State is in lane 5, a freshman. And Marmo Akita of Wesleyan is in lane 6. She is a senior. Bolting out to the early lead here is Reynolds in lane 4. Fletcher of State in second, and then Torres of Glenville in fourth, and Akita of Wesleyan is in fourth at the moment. Reynolds coming in with the best time in this heat at 58.56 seconds. And she is going to glide across the finish line. Fletcher trying to hang on to second. And Torres Torres going to finish fourth, so Akita came on strong there to finish second. Reynolds on a time of 57.87 seconds. So a nice run by West Liberty's Brooklyn Reynolds. He too will have Hannah Hill in lane 3 out of Glenville State. She is a senior. Maya Greshner of Point Park, a senior, is in lane 4. Aubrey Smith of Point Park is in lane 5, a freshman. And Olivia Hutcherson of Point Park is in lane 6. 2 seniors and 2 freshmen. Greshner with the best time at 58.89 seconds. Maya Clark of the University of Charleston with the meet record of 56.46 seconds set a year ago. One standing start there, Jim.
Saw that.
Maya Greshner of Point Park. I believe it was Aubrey Smith of Point Park. So Point Park with 3 individuals here in this race. Hannah Hill of Glenville battling here with Point Park. Hannah Hill coming in 1 minute and 1/8 seconds. Good look there at Hill, and can she hang on here and getting past there?
I lost her stride a little bit, shortened up there on that last 100 meters to go, Mark.
And she's going to fall back to third, so Point Park will take 1 and 2 in heat number 2. And it's going to be Greshner, 57.86 seconds. A personal best. Aubrey Smith was second. Also a personal best of 58.45. All of them with a personal best.
All of them were feeling it in that second heat for sure.
Hill 59.40 seconds. Hutcherson, the only one who unable to get below the 1 minute mark there, but right at it at 1 minute, 0.62 seconds.
Yeah, Mark, people ask all the time, what's a strategy in the 400? Survival is the
run.
strategy.
Run as hard as you can.
It's a sprint, run, and see what you have left and see what kind of training pulls you through that last 70 or 80 meters when it feels like you pretty much have the whole stadium on your back.
So Brooklyn Reynolds took Heat 1, and Maya Gressner takes Heat 2, West Liberty and Point Park, respectively. And now Lane 3, or Heat 3, and it will be in Lane 3. Jayla Woods, sophomore from West Virginia State. Lucy Crow of Frostburg, a junior, will be in Lane 4. Lindsey Simmons of Point Park, a sophomore, will be in Lane 5. And Erica Davis of the University of Charleston will be in Lane 6.
We got 4 different schools represented in this heat, so.
It was Hannah Hill against the rest of the world there, that last all Point Park runners.
Kind of felt that way. All 4 of these lady runners are using the blocks.
Woods is the lone runner that has cracked 1 minute mark this season at 59.05 seconds.
She's carrying some extra weight with that exceptionally long hair from Point Park.
Joe Heinzman checks all the runners. Gun fired, and away we go here. Heat number 3 in the women's 400 meters from the Chris Klein Athletic Complex here in Huntington. Mountain East Conference Indoor Track Championships. Great to have all of you with us. Zooming at the moment. The outside lane is Erica Davis. You know, Jim, you're on that outside lane. Well, you just got to hope you maybe can get to that break and then break over.
You got to get to the break and get there before the rest of them. The only problem with that is, Mark, you're expending an awful lot of energy to stay ahead of that group. Let's just see what she has left in the tank with about 120 meters left.
Davis, a senior. And now coming from the outside from Frostburg, it's Lucy Crow. So Lucy Crow at a minute, 11 seconds. Jayla Woods of State comes in second. Davis hung on for third, and Lindsey Simmons of Point Park was fourth.
Yeah, Woods needed about another 2 or 3 meters, and she would have caught Crow. Something to strategize if she can make it to the finals.
There you see Lucy Crow. So that takes us to Heat 4 here. And we'll have Sasha Hunter in lane 3, sophomore from West Liberty. Hannah Rowan, sophomore from West Liberty in lane 4. Danielle Perez, a freshman from West Virginia State in lane 5. And Bethany Payne, a freshman from Glenville State in lane 6. So a young group here, 2 sophomores and 2 freshmen.
Well, you know that Hunter and Rowan, Mark, they've been at it all year. They know what each other's limits are, so they probably kind of feed off of each other in terms of pace and training together for this event. So quite familiar with each other's strategies. Always felt like you were advantaged block-wise to be the first one in lane 3 because you can see everybody else getting your block before you actually have to get there because they've been holding them for just a millisecond longer than they normally do.
Gunfire, another clean start. Against Sasha Hunter in lane 3. Hannah Rowan in lane 4. Danielle Perez in lane 5. And Bethany Payne is in lane 6.
And Perez already made up the stagger on Payne in lane 5. She is just motoring right now. Coming around there, let's see how she stays on the inside of that lane. Come into the break line here.
It's Perez. from West Virginia State. And the viewpoint there, they almost look side by side. And Bethany Payne going to make her move out of Glenville State. Make the turn and head down the far straightaway from our broadcast standpoint. It'll be a battle here to the end. Payne has given up her lead and striding it out. And I believe that the winner is going to be Rowan out of West Liberty, 59.66 seconds. Sasha Hunter was second. Just right at a minute .26, and Danielle Perez finishes third. Bethany Payne had that lead there for a while. She comes in at number 4.
Yeah, she probably started her move just a little bit too early, Mark. She kind of bolted out there. If she could have held on through that curve, she felt like she needed to go and thought she could probably keep some distance, but she just ran out of gas in the tank.
All right, so we'll have a little break here, and when we return, we will have the men's 60 meters in the prelims. That will be 2 heats, and followed by 2 heats, actually 3 heats in the women's competition. It's all coming up here, and we are going to have an interview here and talk with Hannah Rowan of West Liberty down there with our Butch Mounts as we coordinate that. Again, she takes heat 4 here.
With a stellar time, I might add, Mark, breaking a minute. There were very many girls in that prelims that broke a minute in the indoor. That's really difficult to do.
There's what we've been looking at here today.
6:45 and 7 have the prelims for the 60-meter men and women, so don't blink. Those go awful fast.
All right, got Hannah Rowan with us, and Hannah, congratulations on the victory, and it was a battle to the end.
Yeah, it was. I got boxed in the back stretch. It was kind of hard to get out, but it's a crazy race. Whew.
How great is it when you are in these prelims to come away with a victory?
I mean, I just wanted to get out there and win the prelim. That was kind of how my mindset was. I didn't want to go too crazy on the times, but it was super exciting. I feel like I've worked for this, so I'm ready to see what I can do tomorrow.
You know, this is just an event that hits all guts, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. It's a crazy event. The 400 is something I have a lot of respect for.
Yeah, Hannah, you mentioned earlier you got boxed in there. Were you, at any time, did you feel like there was a panic button to press?
Yeah. We were all throwing elbows. We were all hitting each other.
It was tight.
Yeah, I decided I got to go. If I need to get first place, I got to get out of that. So it kind of helped me. So
yeah.
Fight
or flight, right?
Right. Very true.
You took off.
Yeah.
Former Lincoln Cougar, right?
Yes, I am.
All right.
Go Cougs.
All right. Congratulations, representing your school well there in Shinnston. And we'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Thank you.
All right. There she is, Hannah Rowan. Outstanding race there by that young lady, sophomore from one of our very own high schools in the great state of West Virginia, Lincoln High School.
Yeah, that was cool. They had that on that backstretch, Mark. They were so tight there, and then they were, like you were talking about, it looked like they were all in first place, but they were jockeying there for that last 125, 30 meters. That's when it really gets tight.
All right, we'll have a break in the action here, and we shall return. You're watching live coverage of the Mountain East Conference Indoor Track Championships on the Mountain East Conference Digital Network.
For over 4 decades, the health plan is called West Virginia Home. It all started with a vision to serve our community with pride and integrity. We've grown alongside West Virginia, becoming part of its fabric. We've been here through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Because at the health plan, we don't just work here, we live here. Proudly serving West Virginia since 1979. Your trusted partner in the community, the health plan. Here for you.
No weekend plans? Try some of ours. From unrivaled outdoor adventure you won't find anywhere else in the world, to hometown plates and platters that pair well with the local craft beers. The happiest hours start here. Mountaineer Country. Come, go wild.
Davis-Elkins College is known for the quality of nurses, business leaders, and teachers we prepare for the field. And our location makes programs in resource management and outdoor recreation a natural fit. With distinction and excellence, we provide an affordable education designed just for you.
West Virginia Wesleyan College has always been about helping students become the best versions of themselves. The sense of community here is real and palpable. You're not going to get lost at a college that's filled with faculty who are here for one reason. That reason is to teach people, because they're not a number here, they're a person here. At West Virginia Wesleyan College, here you can achieve whatever your dreams are. This is a place that's accessible, affordable, but the people are what have always made this college so amazing.
It's about unlocking your potential and discovering your purpose.
It's about community and how we can better serve others.
It's about learning and doing.
It's about the journey and the road getting there.
It's about opportunities and the endless possibilities.
It's about finding where you belong, and it is here at Concord University.
It's about you, and it starts with you.
Fairmont State University is a great place. A cozy campus surrounded by nature and outdoor adventure. An authentic school filled with friendly people who are down to earth. People who roll up their sleeves, help each other out, get stuff done, and have fun doing it. That's what makes Fairmont State such a great place. It's a great place to make friends for life and a great place to soar. Learn more at fairmontstate.edu.
What's possible when you have the freedom to explore things that inspire you? To be a part of a community that supports and challenges you. Where can you go to find the space and time to reach your goals? Who can you become when you're able to make connections in a place where you belong? Find out what's possible at Frostburg State University.
Glenville State University offers cutting-edge programs, small class sizes, and dedicated faculty providing students with a personalized experience focused on their success. With the lowest tuition in the Mountain State, every student has the opportunity to achieve their goals. At Glenville State University, you'll find a community that supports, challenges, and inspires you every step of the way. From hands-on learning in state-of-the-art facilities to internships that connect you with real-world opportunities, we prepare you for the challenges and triumphs of tomorrow. Pioneer your future at Glenville State University.
Launch your healthcare career at West Liberty University. We offer health science degrees in programs like nursing, dental hygiene, speech pathology and audiology, medical lab science, pre-medicine, psychology, biomedical science, or the physician assistant program. Our faculty have the experience to prepare you for a rewarding future. There's never been a better time to prepare for a healthcare career, and there's no better place than West Liberty University. Find out more at westliberty.edu/healthcareers.
Two heats here for the men's 60-meter dash. Prelims, the great Hunter Patterson of West Liberty. Time of 6.69 seconds set a year ago. Lee Kelsick of West Virginia State will be in lane 1. University of Charleston. Dylan Woodrich of UC in lane 2. Luis Castellada of West Virginia State will be in lane 3. Kristen Oler of West Liberty will be in lane 4. Zach Parsons of UC in lane 5. Jan Ray of Point Park in lane 6. Zach Hall of Glenville is in lane 7. And Jason Pantaleone of Frostburg is in lane 8.
Well, Mark, I can't stress enough really with 60 meters, you do not have enough time to make up. If you come out of the blocks and you are not explosive and it isn't right off of the gun, then you have really no chance. The most important part of this race is the block, is the start. These guys work on it indoor, they'll work on it in outdoor. They're very good at it. They've gotten really good at it. Now, you notice we're at a facility where they don't have the FAT where they can anticipate what the start is, because there's a reaction time that would qualify as a false start, even though it doesn't appear to be a false start. You're just anticipating when the gun's going to be sounding. We don't have that mechanism in place here, but all these runners are very familiar with the starters. They've seen them in action throughout the year. This is just the culmination of that with the MEC Championship.
Full field here of 8 lanes.
So if you're focusing on this in terms of lane assignments, 3, 4, and 5 would be some of the better times. They didn't like what they saw, so they just kind of brought all the runners up.
Again, it's Kelsick in lane 1 out of state. Woodquich of UC in lane 2. Castriota of state in lane 3. Oler in lane 4 from West Lib. Parsons from UC in lane 5. Ray from Point Park in lane 6. Hall from Glenville, lane 7. And Pantaleone of Frostburg is in lane 8. Joe Heinzman. Some final instructions. Joe's been doing this a long time.
Sure has. Last thing they want to do, Mark, these judges, they do such an excellent job. All the officials and the people that help out, it just kind of goes unnoticed. It's sad, but it goes unnoticed when you run a great event like this. You see all the smooth mechanism behind the scenes, but then these are the guys that really make it go.
Well, you work and you work and you work. And right now you're in a position you want to get to Sunday.
Absolutely. And Joe's such a veteran starter. He wants to make sure all these kids have the same opportunities.
Well, the gun is fired, and off we go. And West Virginia State out in front. Castriota in a time of 6.76 seconds. West Liberty's Oler was second at 6.92.
They saw a couple right out of the block there, mark some PRs for them, for these guys. So they are obviously anticipating. He's quite happy. Castriota is from state with that win, getting hoisted up by one of his high jumpers. Saw him over there doing his steps on the bars.
Again, new leadership this season at state. Parsons was third, Hall fourth, Kelsick fifth, which was sixth. Pantaleone was seventh, and Ray was eighth.
And Mark, you see this. We look at the graphic there. We see 5 of the 8 runners set a PR in this 60. That's exactly what the coaches are looking for. Is this peak time? Is MEC indoors? They want these kids ready to go when it comes championship time, and obviously they're doing it right here. Timber Usmans. How many times we said that guy's name?
And now at West Liberty.
He wasn't there before.
After being at UC.
That's correct.
Maxwell Eaton in lane 1 from Point Park. Torrance Anthony of West Virginia State in lane 2. Lucas Anderson of Wesleyan in lane 3. Dom Collins, Randy Moss Award winner out of Princeton High School.
Mm-hmm.
Also plays football at Concord. Spent some time with the WVU program. Again, Timber Usman out of West Liberty now. Hakeem Mustafa, Point Park. Gavin Glass of Point Park. And Christian Reed of Point Park. Well, they're in lane 6, 7, and 8, respectively.
Again, we talk about how important the start is. You only got 60 meters. 6.7 was the mark set. We'll see if this heat can up that in terms of their lane assignments. Whoever is victorious in this second of 2 heats in the men's 60 meters. Or are there 3?
2 for the men and 3 for the women.
Yes. You'll see the explosion out of the block, but you won't see them come up and go. You'll see them come out at an angle, and they work on this. It's called the drive, and the drive is to get from out of the block up into their sprint position, and they need to do that within the first couple of strides. Good start.
Gun fired and zooming out in front.
Ooh.
And a nice run there.
It's tight.
Wesleyans Anderson, Lucas Anderson, 6.80 seconds. Dom Collins was second at 6.83.
Yeah, 3/100. It's really difficult to separate that. Mark, again, you got three guys there right at it. Four guys under 7, which is what you're looking for if you want to have an opportunity to be in the finals.
Mustafa was third. Huseman was fourth. Torrance Anthony was fifth. Eaton was sixth. Kevin Glass seventh. And Christian Reed was eighth. Lucas Anderson.
A really strong run by him, Mark. You notice his bolt out of the block, and then he just maintained his speed all the way through. Really, nobody had a challenge on him. He had 3 or 4 strides by the time he hit the 10-meter mark, and then he just held it.
Bridgeport High School athlete. And now we move to the first of 3 heats for the women. Myra Bevins of the University of Charleston will be in lane 2. Isabel Mastria will be in lane 3. Kyra Ross of West Liberty will be in lane 4. Mastria from Frostburg. Sierra Lanham from West Liberty, a senior, will be in lane 5. Akila Ling of West Virginia State will be in lane 6, a freshman. And Lindsey Simmons of Point Park, a sophomore, will be in lane 7. So 6 runners in this heat. You have 7 in heat 2 and then 5 in heat 3.
Yeah, the strategy is no different in the women's than it is in the men's. Explosion out of the gate, get through the drive, maintain your form, and just explode. You only got 60 meters. You're not going to make up a lot if you can't get out of those blocks with some degree of explosion. And the stronger runners, the ones that have the upper body strength, not just the lower body strength, are the ones that can seem to get out of the blocks very well. You see that pulley resistant there in lane 5, doing a little bit of timing to work on her drive mode to get her going.
Our time for this one set to start at 7 o'clock, so we will break away here from inside the Chris Klein Athletic Complex. You're watching live coverage of the Mountain East Conference Indoor Track and Field Championships on the Mountain East Conference Digital Network.
Our mission as educators is to help you grow, explore, and achieve your aspirations. When our seniors graduate, they receive more than just a diploma. They leave Wheeling University with clarity, purpose, and the confidence that they need to succeed throughout their career. Exceptional experiences, exciting opportunities, meaningful guidance, and lifelong friendships. This is the foundation and academic excellence we believe in. That's the Wheeling University difference.
You have dreams.
You have dreams.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there?
For more than 125 years, West Virginia State University has been educating generations of students who have gone on to change the world.
At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty.
You study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have. No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State.
Trying to find where you fit in the world can be challenging. But then there's a moment where it all comes together. And that moment happens at Point Park University. Career-focused programs converge with a vibrant downtown campus to prepare you for work and life. From experienced professors and internships to culture and job opportunities, you'll get the best of both worlds. Point Park University, where it all comes together.
Davis and Elkins College is known for the quality of nurses, business leaders, and teachers we prepare for the field. And our location makes programs in resource management and outdoor recreation a natural fit. With distinction and excellence, we provide an affordable education designed just for you.
West Virginia Wesleyan College has always been about helping students become the best versions of themselves. The sense of community here is real and palpable. You're not going to get lost at a college that's filled with faculty who are here for one reason. That reason is to teach people. Because they're not a number here, they're a person here. At West Virginia Wesleyan College, here you can achieve whatever your dreams are. This is a place that's accessible, affordable, but the people are what have always made this college so amazing.
It's about unlocking your potential and discovering your purpose.
It's about community and how we can better serve others.
It's about learning and doing.
It's about the journey and the road getting there.
It's about opportunities and the endless possibilities.
It's about finding where you belong, and it is here at Concord University.
It's about you, and it starts with you.
Fairmont State University is a great place. A cozy campus surrounded by nature and outdoor adventure. An authentic school filled with friendly people who are down to earth. People who roll up their sleeves, help each other out, get stuff done, and have fun doing it. That's what makes Fairmont State such a great place. It's a great place to make friends for life and a great place to soar. Learn more at fairmontstate.edu.
What's possible when you have the freedom to explore things that inspire you? To be a part of a community that supports and challenges you. Where can you go to find the space and time to reach your goals? Who can you become when you're able to make connections in a place where you belong? Find out what's possible at Frostburg State University.
Glenville State University offers cutting-edge programs, small class sizes, and dedicated faculty providing students with a personalized experience focused on their success. With the lowest tuition in the Mountain State, every student has the opportunity to achieve their goals. At Glenville State University, you'll find a community that supports, challenges, and inspires you every step of the way. From hands-on learning in state-of-the-art facilities to internships that connect you with real-world opportunities, we prepare you for the challenges and triumphs of tomorrow. Pioneer your future at Glenville State University.
Launch your healthcare career at West Liberty University. We offer health science degrees in programs like nursing, dental hygiene, speech pathology and audiology, medical lab science, pre-medicine, psychology, biomedical science, or the physician assistant program. Our faculty have the experience to prepare you for a rewarding future. There's never been a better time to prepare for a healthcare career, and there's no better place than West Liberty University. Find out more at westliberty.edu/healthcareers.
Women's 60-meter dash preliminary round. And in Heat 1, again, Maya Bevins of the University of Charleston will be in lane 2. Isabel Mastria of Frostburg State, a junior, will be in lane 3. Kyara Ross, a junior from West Lib, in lane 4. Sierra Lanham of West Liberty, a senior, will be in lane 5. Akila Ling of West Virginia State, freshman, is in lane 6. Lindsey Simmons, sophomore from Point Park, is in lane 7. Look at the best time. Ross of West Liberty, 7.72 seconds. And again, she is in lane 4.
Now, Simmons will be the one that they're really targeting here to see if they have the best shot at him. There's a lot of mental that goes into this sprint, this 60-meter sprint, too, in terms of when they get in a block, how long they take to get in a block. Whoever's in the block, they can get frustrated. But they're used to seeing each other run against each other during this competition, so this isn't anything new for them. A little bit of cat and mouse. Make sure the hands are definitely behind the line.
Here a pin drop.
Yeah.
And out of the gates they come. And boy, neck and neck there. And it would appear that the win is going to go to Maestria of Frostburg. 7.71 seconds. Isabel Maestria. Kyara Ross of West Liberty was second. Ling was third out of state. Bevins fourth. From UC, West Liberty, Sierra Lanham, and Lindsay Simmons of Point Park. And there is the victorious Isabel Maestria.
Yeah, really good times. Her PR, by the way, Mark, 3 runners there. You got Maestria, you got Ross, and you got Lang. All of them under 8, which was what you're looking for.
And forgive me, that was Ling there celebrating with West Virginia State's coaching staff.
Doing a little jig there on the side. She obviously happy with that performance.
All right, our heat number 2. Adeline Brower of Point Park, a junior, will be in lane 2. Emma Romer will be in lane 3 out of Point Park. State's Timmy Jeff Aglawi is in lane 4. Valerie Boards of Frostburg is in lane 5. Darian Christian of West Virginia Wesleyan in lane 6. And Olivia Hutcherson, freshman of Point Park, is in lane 7.
This is the second of 3 heats, Mark, in the women's 60-meter dash. All the lanes are full. We have no scratches in this heat. Again, the start is paramount. Oh, great start.
Gun sounds.
That was an exceptional start.
And Timmy from West Virginia State. Jeff Ogunlai is your winner.
Ogunlai was just out of the blocks. You see, if you saw a replay of that, Mark, 2 strides out of the blocks, and she's a stride ahead of everyone. That was just a picture-perfect explosion out of the blocks, and you can see she's definitely happy about that run.
Better look at it here, Jim.
And you're going to see when they come out of this. It's right there. 1, 2. She's already striding half in front of everybody, and they're not going to catch her with 60 meters. That was an exceptionally great start.
All right, so lane 2 here in heat number 3. Mickey Engelbrecht, who we talked with earlier, junior from the University of Charleston. Cassidy Hammonds of Concord, sophomore in lane 3. Colette Patty of Charleston, a junior in lane 4. Maya Greshner of Point Park, a senior, is in lane 5. And in lane 6, Laura Delgado de Torres. Men's 5,000 meters coming up.
The even covered lanes are by the Eagles.
Yes.
You see Eagles. They got lanes 2, 4, and 6 covered.
So 5 competing here in this heat number 3. And racing to the finish. Going to be Colette Patty.
Colette Patty had just exceptional stride length for a sprinter. Most sprinters don't have that kind of stride length, and boy, does she could cover some ground.
7.52, 7.84 for her teammate, Laura Delgado de Torres. So 1-2 finish there for the Golden Eagles in that Heat 3.
Yeah, 4 of the 5 runners running their PR, which is very good. 4 of the 5 runners breaking 8. That's a very, very fast heat. Shouldn't be too out of breath. 60 meters. Of course, I'll say that, and I don't even know if I could jog 60 meters. There she is.
All right, Colette Patty joining us here. And Colette, first of all, congratulations on the victory there in Heat 3.
Thank you.
Junior out of Columbus, Ohio, and obviously you get into this and you know how important the first evening of competition is with the trials, and to come away victorious knowing you're moving on to Sunday has to be a great feeling.
Yes, it is.
Take us through this race. 60 meters. It's as fast as you don't have much time to think.
Yeah, exactly. There's just executing the race, doing what I've done in practice, knowing I've done the work and it's all put in, and just execution is the main thing on race day, and set myself up well for the next day.
Yeah, we had a 1-2 finish there too, Colette, obviously going against a teammate there.
Yes, I love running with my teammates. It's good. We push each other on practice, and here in competition, it's great.
Yeah. Colette, you had a PR in that. Did you feel like you got a decent start? How would you grade your start out of the block? I mean, what would you give yourself on that start?
Actually, today's start, I felt the blocks actually go back a little bit, but that's okay. Just get on my feet and, get moving. Once I'm up, it's go time.
Yeah, that's good. That's a mental thing. If you see those blocks move, you're kind of like, uh-oh, I'm going to lose a half a stride here, but didn't seem to bother you down the stretch.
No, yeah, just don't let that get in the way, and you just got to focus on the rest of the race.
Excellent run, Colette.
Thank you.
Colette, appreciate you being with us, and we look forward to seeing you throughout the rest of this meet.
Thank you so much.
All right, there she is for the University of Charleston. Colette Patty winning that third heat there in the women's 60-meter dash. We'll take a break. Coming up, we got the men's 5,000-meter finals. You're watching live coverage of the Mountain East Conference Indoor Track and Field Championships on the Mountain East Conference Digital Network.
Our mission as educators is to help you grow, explore, and achieve your aspirations. When our seniors graduate, they receive more than just a diploma. They leave Wheeling University with clarity, purpose, and the confidence that they need to succeed throughout their career. Exceptional experiences, exciting opportunities, meaningful guidance, and lifelong friendships. This is the foundation and academic excellence we believe in. That's the Wheeling University difference.
You have dreams.
You have dreams.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there?
For more than 125 years, West Virginia State University has been educating generations of students who have gone on.
No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State.
Trying to find where you fit in the world can be challenging. But then there's a moment where it all comes together. And that moment happens at Point Park University. Career-focused programs converge with a vibrant downtown campus to prepare you for work and life. From experienced professors and internships to culture and job opportunities, you'll get the best of both worlds. Point Park University, where it all comes together.
Well, standing by with us is Lucas Anderson Jr. from West Virginia Wesleyan. Captured the 60-meter dash, heat number 2 here on this Saturday evening. And Lucas, thanks for joining us, and congratulations on the victory. Take us through that race.
Yeah, thank you. I'm not much of a 60 runner. I'm not the explosive type, but I made sure to get out of the blocks as hard as I could. And then once I got out, I saw that I was a little behind, so that I just got in top in speed and dragged me to first place.
You decided to just go down the road to join the program there at Wesleyan. How rewarding has that been for you and your family to get to see you in action a lot there in Buchanan?
It's great. I mean, my first year I spent at Ashland University, a little far away from home, but Buchanan's much closer to home, go home on the weekends, and then my family can easily come down to Marshall or in between. I mean, it's really nice.
All right, I'm not going to have you pinpoint one of the places, but I do want to just ask you, and a guy running the 60, how much do you love pepperoni rolls?
Oh, I love them.
You got to, being in Bridgeport.
Track helps you, though.
Yeah.
Shed the pounds of those.
Yeah, Lucas, you're going from a winning program at Bridgeport to a winning program at Wesleyan. And how do you carry that culture from high school into college with your teammates?
Well, I mean, I had great coaches in high school and great team in high school, and just came from a competitive school. So then I tried to bring that here and just try and be a good leader for everybody else as I was in high school, since I led my team. So I'm going to lead this team as well.
Very good.
All right, Lucas, we appreciate you, my man, and good luck the rest of the way here.
Thank you, guys.
In this track and field meet.
Thank you.
All right, there he is, the pride of Bridgeport, Lucas Anderson, winning that heat number 2 here in the men's 60-meter dash, again, men's 5,000-meter finals. Coming up here, we shall return. You're watching live coverage of the Mountain East Conference Indoor Track and Field Championships on the Mountain East Conference Digital Network.
For over 4 decades, the health plan has called West Virginia home. It all started with a vision to serve our community with pride and integrity. We've grown alongside West Virginia, becoming part of its fabric. We've been here through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Because at the health plan, we don't just work here, we live here. Proudly serving West Virginia since 1979. Your trusted partner in the community, the health plan, here for you.
No weekend plans? Try some of ours. From unrivaled outdoor adventure you won't find anywhere else in the world, to hometown plates and platters that pair well with the local craft beers. The happiest hours start here. Mountaineer Country. Come. Go wild.
Davis and Elkins College is known for the quality of nurses, business leaders, and teachers we prepare for the field. And our location makes programs in resource management and outdoor recreation a natural fit. With distinction and excellence, we provide an affordable education designed just for you.
West Virginia Wesleyan College has always been about helping students.
All right, getting set for some distance now, Jim. The men's 5,000 meters, and this is a final.
Yeah, thank goodness they think it is definitely a final. You'd hate to have to run trials in this, of course, unlike the Olympics run trials to find the best. But you've got a pretty full field here, Mark, and what we're going to look at is who's going to go out and set the tone and which pack is going to be in the lead, and are they going to run them in just in packs, or are they going to have 2 or 3 out in the beginning and just try to stave off the rest, but there's a lot of strategy in this 5,000 meters. 16 laps around this 300-meter track with a little bit of extra there at the end. That's why they're starting where they're starting. And we're off.
All right, we will present to you the field here. Brandon Kennedy of Concord, a sophomore. Robert Allen out of West Liberty, a senior. Eric Nygaard of West Virginia Wesleyan. Donovan Tanaway of Fairmont State. Reese Hickey of Concord. Tanaway's a freshman. Hickey is a sophomore. Luke McKenna, a junior from Point Park. West Virginia Wesleyan's Kenton Island, a junior. Jordan Thomas, a senior from Davis and Elkins. Sophomore from the University of Charleston, Harry Witt, and Hugo Hewitt of UC, who is a senior. Then you have Ike Vanderlei, a sophomore from Point Park. Braden Ward, a junior from Concord. Andrew Bowen, a sophomore from D&E. Connor Allison for Davis and Elkins. Glenville State sophomore Patrick Riley. And Anthony Sanders, senior from West Virginia Wesleyan.
One of the most important people in this race will be the person counting the laps. Because when you do 16 laps indoor, you're going to have somebody somewhere along the line is going to be on a lap less than you somewhere. Had a little bit of a territorial jockeying there the first 50 or 60 meters, but came through unscathed, so it was a clean start. They didn't have to restart it.
Tanaway has been a great story for Fairmont. It's a young program. Kalen Christopher, the outstanding runner at WVU, and Tanaway was 17th at the regionals in his debut. And he set the West Virginia single-A state meet record in the 800-meter, running 1:55. So outstanding season for Tanaway.
Got about a 4 or 5 second lead right now. Mark running very smooth, pretty much effortlessly at this point.
And Tanaway came in 15.68 seconds. Harry Witt, Jordan Thomas, Hugo Hewitt, Braden Ward, Anthony Sanders, all under 15.
About a 4.5 to 5 second lead here going through. It seems like he's stretched that by about a half a second at this point. They still got him within reach. There's certainly a ton of laps left to go.
And Jordan Thomas, the senior, 14 minutes, 32.68 seconds. Jason Piles, outstanding head coach at Davis and Elkins. Great runner in his own right. He's done a good job there at Davis and Elkins. Always has strong distance runners.
Oh, yeah. They know how to train them right. I mean, it's
they're in the mountains.
Yeah, you got a little bit of thinner air to deal with, so got to maximize that oxygen whenever they can.
Beautiful Elkins, West Virginia, the home of Davis and Elkins, the home of the Forest Festival. Right at the moment, Thomas has just gone away and left the pack, but others not too far out.
Looks like they've closed a little bit of the gap on him. I've been trying to do it just kind of eyeballing, and it went from about 4.5, from 4 to 4.5, now back down to about 3.
Hugo Hewitt in second of the University of Charleston. Jesse Skiles, the athletic director at Glenville State University. track announcer here. Once again, always does a fabulous job, and you are right, Jim. The gap has closed on Jordan Thomas, the senior from Davis and Elkins.
Yeah, we're under 3 seconds now, and you see some really smooth running there.
Hugo Hewitt.
From Hewitt.
And joining closely, Braden Ward of Concord.
I found Thomas interesting, Mark. Jordan Thomas running right in the dead center of the lane. You see Hugo Hewitt really clipping the inside. And as you finish 5,000 meters, every single stride's going to make a difference. And if you can be on the inside of that lane, that little bit of extra can help you progress when you're rolling around. It's 32 different curves you're going to have to go around.
First, Wesleyan is well represented. So Jordan Thomas, Davis and Elkins leading the way here at the moment in the men's 5,000 meter finals. Hugo Hewitt. And then there in third, Braden Ward from Concord.
And pretty much we got our stack there, Mark. That's what we were talking about earlier, getting a big stack of about 5 or 6 guys that are going to stay right on that inside and just stay within that tempo. Now, see, the problem with Thomas is he don't have anybody to tempo him. He's running out in lead, has had the lead since the beginning of this race. So he knows they're behind him. He kind of feels it already. We're only on lap, or 10 laps to go out of 16, not even halfway home. Let's see how well Thomas responds when Hewitt goes after him.
Ward still in third place, and now set to make a move for West Virginia Wesleyan is Eric Nygaard, the sophomore.
We're going to get clear separation from about the top 4 versus the next 4 runners, because I think they're going to place 8 in this.
Anthony Sanders from Wesleyan also in the top 5. As Jordan Thomas continues to fend off the field at the moment.
Yeah, Hugo's running a really smart race. He just staying a couple of strides behind Thomas. You got Ward, who's kind of went back a little bit. We see some Saunders and Nygaard. Nygaard in third right now. He's running a very good race as well.
You grind it out, and
yeah, Hewitt just got his arms up there pretty good, which, you know, runners that just the way they run their style, the farther you keep those arms up to you, the more energy, the closer you have them to your heart, the more energy you're using, expending when you're taking those strides. You don't want to sway. You kind of want to have a nice rhythm, a constant rhythm. Just kind of relax on that breathing and just just find the place in the race where you're going to separate yourself and where that's going to be. They're coming up on about the halfway mark here as they come across the finish line.
Jordan Thomas in first. And then it's Hugo Hewitt of the University of Charleston, right behind the Davis and Elkins runner. And then wearing that number 291, Eric Nygaard of West Virginia Wesleyan, and his teammate Anthony Sanders. Too far off as well.
No, he isn't. You got basically a 3-person race here at this point, Mark. You're halfway through this race, and you've got the rhythm. You've got all 3 of those runners are running with great rhythm right now. Excuse me. You see they're running relaxed, closing in here about trying to separate themselves, getting a little bit stronger from the next cluster of 3. We got the top 3, and then we got a cluster of the next 3, and then probably a good 35, 40 meters behind is the 7th place runner.
And Braden Ward is in 4th at the moment out of Concord. And so far, it has been Jordan Thomas has led the way from the gun that started it.
It'll be interesting to see what Hugo Hewitt does and when he does it.
Yeah, he looks strong. Of course,
Nygaard looks pretty good too. Of course,
and Thomas.
I don't want to take anything away from Thomas from the start of the gun. Mark, he's the one who set the pace, and he's decided, I'm going to keep this pace. This is what I'm going to run. He's looking at his marks in different intervals throughout the race. They've got that giant clock down there. So he knows where he is. He kind of already knows how much fuel he's got left in those legs and whether he's going to be a kicker or is he's going to start his kick early and try to separate himself.
Thomas is no stranger to this facility. He started his career here at Marshall. Young man who hails from Morgantown, went to University High School. And we do have a runner down. We're going to have Barnhart, our producer, informing us of that. Meanwhile, 1, 2, 3, like stair steps. Thomas, Hewitt, and Nygaard
have really opened the gap up between the top three and the next three, which were clustered together, but not now.
Now, new fourth place runner now, and that's Harry Witt from the University of Charleston, trying to join that top three. Sanders from Wesleyan in fifth. Ward has dropped back to sixth out of Concord.
And so much of this is mental, Mark. You look at it, there's down to 5 laps to go. So we're going to see where the move is made. My suspicion would be the last 300 meters. That last, when you hear the bell lap. Can move now with 4 laps to go. You're looking at 1,200 meters. That's really far out to see if he's got enough left in him. It's going to be an interesting finish.
And Nygaard showing a lot of effort there now. Hugo Hewitt moves into second place. So Thomas now in third.
Mark, if I'm reading faces and looking at form right now, Hugo Hewitt looks so relaxed right now, and he's just biding his time right now.
Well, Sanders has made a move. Or forgive me, that is Wesleyan's Kent Nyland, who's back of the pack. And now it's 1-2 race here with Hugo Hewitt and Eric Nygaard. Nygaard the leader. Thomas has faded back a bit for Davis and Elkins. And now Hugo Hewitt. You said it, Jim. So effortless and just striding it out.
He knows he's got about 500 meters left, and he's decided it's time for me to go. Kind of felt like Nygaard went a little bit early at 1,200 meters. I thought that was a little early to make his move.
Now Thomas has now gone back into second place. There is Hugo Hewitt for the University of Charleston.
You're going to hear that ever familiar bell ringing, but best thing the 5,000 meter runner can hear. He took a little quick glance back. He wants to see who's in second. It's Thomas all the way back here, about 50 meters behind him.
And Hugo Hewitt has come away victorious here out of Surrey, England. What a race for Hugo Hewitt. And Jim, you said, just wondered when he would make the move, and he made it.
He made it right at the 300-meter mark, and he just took off and really had an awful lot left in the tank. Very strong and strategic run by Hugo Hewitt. we look at it and we see these guys run, and you see some of them run so effortlessly, and others start out really well and strong, and then through the course of a race, they'll see how their body responds to what kind of pace is set. If the pace is really quick, most distance runners already have a strategy in place. I want to hit this time with this many meters. I want to hit this time with this many meters, and then I want to use my kick. I'm either a long kicker, I'm going to be outside of 600 meters, or I'm going to be inside of 300 meters. In this case, Hewitt was the 300-meter, let's get it going. Doesn't look too tired, just looking at him there on the monitor after running 5,000 meters.
Hugo Hewitt, 14 minutes, 32.70 seconds. And he is the winner, and he's making his way over to our interview circle, which Mounts will get him lined up.
I do notice Butch does not have an oxygen mask for Hugo, but certainly going to give him his time.
Again, it was a brilliant run, and again, kudos to Jordan Thomas. He finishes second, about 7 seconds behind Hugo Hewitt, and he paced him.
He did. He was leading for basically 14 of the 16 laps, and then they kind of clustered together, and then Hewitt decided that he was going to make his move, and he did, of course. But that was a great run, a great comeback for Thomas, who had given up the lead to come back and battle and get that second place. He had fallen back, Mark, to third, and then reeled second place in, ended up getting second.
And Harry Witt of the University of Charleston, personal best, 14 minutes, 46.04 seconds. Eric Nygaard was fourth out of Wesleyan. Anthony Sanders was fifth from Wesleyan. So UC and Wesleyan take two, and Harry Witt and the University of Charleston's Hugo Hewitt, they are in the top five, and we are standing by with Hugo Hewitt. And Hugo, congratulations on the win, my man.
Thank you very much. That was hard fought.
Take us through it. Jordan Thomas set the pace, and you seemed, though, that you were just ready to make a move at any minute, and you just kind of glided around that track.
Yeah.
What was your strategy as you made that move, and when did you decide that this is the time?
I saw. I waited for Eric, obviously, to come past, and I was like, right, my time is now. Wait for Eric to burn out, and then went from there. I think Eric might have thought that was the last lap.
I think perhaps Eric may have perhaps miscounted his laps, Hugo, because he started at about 1,200, and I said, that's an awful early start for you.
Yeah. Well, he went so early. I saw 13:30 on the clock. I was like, that's not the last lap.
It's not the right lap.
But, I mean, I'm pleased with that, I timed it perfectly. I mean, I can't be annoyed with that, can I?
Hugo, you hail from England. You are one of many that have come across to be in the United States and compete at the collegiate level. What's it meant to be a part of the University of Charleston program?
I mean, it means a lot to me. I mean, Coach Bias is a phenomenal coach. I mean, you see the work pay off there with me, and you saw it with Harry as well. He was injured earlier this year, came back and came, was he fourth or fifth? I can't.
Harry finished third.
How much finished third? Yeah. I mean, that's quite something, isn't it? You got to hand it to Coach Bice.
When you took at Hugo, you started your move at about 300. You're comfortable running in like second, third. You looked really strong with about 900 to 1,000 meters left. I was commenting. I said he's got the best form left. I just wondered when you were going to make the move. Did you decided about the 300 it was time to go?
Yeah, I was looking at my Coach Bice every lap. He was being, you're good, sit in. And I saw him just before the lap to go, and he was like, now. And
time to go.
And I was like, right. He knows exactly what he's talking about, and I just went.
All right, Hugo Hewitt, a great win here, a senior and a championship here in this Mountain East Conference Indoor Track Championships. Our congratulations, my man.
Congratulations, Hugo.
Thank you very much, guys.
All right, there we go. He's panting, but
just
happy
ran,
young man.
He's trying a little over 3 miles.
Happy young man, no doubt about it. All right, we'll break away here. You're watching live coverage of the Mountain East Conference Indoor Track Championships on the Mountain East Conference Digital Network.
Davis and Elkins College is known for the quality of nurses, business leaders, and teachers we prepare for the field. And our location makes programs in resource management and outdoor recreation a natural fit. With distinction and excellence, we provide an affordable education designed just for you.
West Virginia Wesleyan College has always been about helping students become the best versions of themselves. The sense of community here is real and palpable. You're not going to get lost at a college that's filled with faculty who are here for one reason. That reason is to teach people, because they're not a number here, they're a person here. At West Virginia Wesleyan College, here you can achieve whatever your dreams are. This is a place that's accessible, affordable, but the people are what have always made this college so amazing.
It's about unlocking your potential and discovering your purpose.
It's about community and how we can better serve others.
It's about learning and doing.
It's about the journey and the road getting there.
It's about opportunities and the endless possibilities.
It's about finding where you belong, and it is here at Concord University.
It's about you, and it starts with you.
Fairmont State University is a great place. A cozy campus surrounded by nature and outdoor adventure. An authentic school filled with friendly people who are down to earth. People who roll up their sleeves, help each other out, get stuff done, and have fun doing it. That's what makes Fairmont State such a great place. It's a great place to make friends for life and a great place to soar. Learn more at fairmontstate.edu.
What's possible when you have the freedom to explore things that inspire you? To be a part of a community that supports and challenges you. Where can you go to find the space and time to reach your goals? Who can you become when you're able to make connections in a place where you belong? Find out what's possible at Frostburg State University.
Glenville State University offers cutting-edge programs, small class sizes, and dedicated faculty providing students with a personalized experience focused on their success. With the lowest tuition in the Mountain State, every student has the opportunity to achieve their goals. At Glenville State University, you'll find a community that supports, challenges, and inspires you every step of the way. From hands-on learning in state-of-the-art facilities to internships that connect you with real-world opportunities, we prepare you for the challenges and triumphs of tomorrow. Pioneer your future at Glenville State University.
Men's 200 meters prelims, Heat 1, Lucas Anderson, who we spoke with earlier out of West Virginia Wesleyan in lane 3. Timber Huseman of West Liberty is in lane 4. Zach Hall is in lane 5 from Glenville. And Christian Reed, Point Park, is in lane 6.
Again, Mark, start Paramount. Getting the lean through the curve. See what kind of form you can keep. You got to stay in your lane, of course, the whole way.
Yeah, that's Huseman's dashing across the finish line. Lucas Anderson will place second, 21.45 for Timber Huseman's. Again, young man that spent a lot of time in that University of Charleston program, now at West Liberty.
You know, 3 of those 4 runners, Mark, setting a PR, so it kind of tells you that all of these athletes, and we've been talking about this all evening, how much they're peaking right at the end of the indoor season.
Look there, Dave Hickman.
Dave Hickman's been around for a long time.
Now, is Dave going to take that as a compliment or not? Well, not only has he been a great track and field official down through the years, but he was one of the elite sports writers in West Virginia. I mean, before, we really got into technology, he was the West Virginia high school football ratings. I mean, he knew those ratings and how to calculate those at the back of his hand.
All of them by hand about back in the day, probably.
We've lost some great riders here as of late. Dave Poe in Parkersburg, Carol Jett just passed away, and guys that certainly covered their share of track and field down through the years. All right, so we're on to heat number 2 after Timber Huseman takes heat 1 of the men's 200 meters prelims, and Luis Castriota will be in lane 3. Brady Pryor is in lane 4 out of UC. Joseph Lavio of West Virginia Wesleyan is in lane 5, and Maxwell Eaton of Point Park is in lane 6. Gun fired, and away we go.
Good clean start by all 4 runners.
Castriota out of West Virginia State. There's the advantage there on the inside. Lined up there with Brady Pryor, and Castriota going to take first. Pryor will be second, and then Lavio and Maxwell will round out that heat.
Yeah, Castriota, really nice, strong run. The last 60 meters of that 200 mark, you saw he separated himself there. All 4 of those runners setting PRs. That was a really good, solid run by even all 4 runners.
All right, move on to heat 3 now. And Tristan Oler of West Liberty, a sophomore, will be in lane 3. Eric Kruder, freshman from UC, in lane 4. Zachary Parsons, a junior from the University of Charleston, will be in lane 5. And Dominic Giangelli, West Liberty, freshman, will be in lane 6. Women's 5,000 meters coming up. We will have the women's 200 meters, and then we will close it out with the distance medley relay for both the men and the women. That will conclude day 1 here of the Mountain East Conference. Track championships from the Chris Klein Complex here on the campus of Marshall University in Huntington, West Virginia. And this is heat 3. Oler with a time of 21.97. Kruder has a time of 22.14 seconds, 22.88 for Parsons, and Giangelli 22.47 seconds.
You see the runners slapping their thighs. The last thing they want is a pulled hamstring here. Even though the climate is controlled, you don't have excessive heat or excessive cold. It's in the indoor, but the idea is you don't want to pop a hamstring or tear something up coming out of the blocks.
Off and running here in heat 3 of the men's 200 meter. Zachary Parsons at the moment out in front. Can he sustain? Coming on strong. Going to be Tristan Oler, and Oler out of West Liberty. 21.77 seconds.
Yeah, that was a really nice run by Tristan Oler.
Kruder out of UC, Eric Kruder 22.07. Parsons finishes at 22.29, and Giangelli 22.42.
And again, all 4 runners setting PRs in that heat, Mark. So you notice that all these athletes, along with their coaches, got them primed, ready for this MEC Championship indoor. Right on the marks.
All right, heat 4. In lane 3, Alejandro Salgado, senior from UC. And you have Malik Kelsick out of West Virginia State, Carson Brininger of Charleston, and Alar McElray of UC.
Brininger looks more like a linebacker than he does.
Brininger, great football player at Scott High School. We saw him in action. Had a lot of injuries, but good to see him at the collegiate level. He won the 100-meter dash for Scott High School when he was a sophomore, and then again, just injuries plagued the remainder of his career.
It's nice to see him get back out in that competitive field. He's got those competitive juices, and he's certainly not going to go down without a fight. He's going to give everything he's got in this race for sure.
Well, he knows the competition well because he's got 2 teammates in there with him, along with Malik Kelsick of West Virginia State.
Kelsick has a distinct advantage over this group as he's got incredible stride length for a sprinter.
Out of the gates we come. Fourth and final heat here.
You see the lean here. You see what kind of stride that Celtic has. Mark has already made up the stagger, and here he comes into the home stretch.
Kelsick, a slight lead, and Kelsick going to be able to fend off two UC runners there in Salgado and McElray.
Yeah, Kelsick with a good run there at 22:04 mark, a really good time for him. Another PR for him.
Salgado 22.21, McElray 22.23, and Brinegar 22.89 seconds.
That should wrap up all the men's 200 prelims. We're going to kind of sandwich. We're not going to start back-to-back with the women's. We've got going to have the women's 5,000-meter final here, Mark, coming up at 7:55, which is in about 10 minutes.
You'll get a little break here, and we shall step aside. You're watching. I think we are going to have an interview before we break away. And we'll check with Malik Kelsick, sophomore from West Virginia State University. They're in Institute. Big wins today on the basketball court for West Virginia State. They were taking on Wesleyan next to last weekend of the regular season. Malik Kelsick out of Millsboro, Delaware, just a sophomore. He's got the headset on, and he's ready to go. And Malik, take us through that one as you battled the University of Charleston there, and you come away victorious.
So my plan for the race was get out hard, hold my drive phase, get on that curve, and once I got on that straightaway, I knew that nobody could catch me.
You know, Jim and I were talking. You do have the link, the stride, and certainly you use that to your advantage.
Yep.
You cover an awful lot of ground. You got a little bit of a challenge with about 40 meters to go. Did you feel him behind you?
Yeah, I felt him behind me.
I felt like you kind of hit an acceleration button there with about 40 to go. You had to really bear down to finish out that 200, but that was a really nice PR for you. Did a nice job.
Yep.
Great finish. So how you feel going into tomorrow?
I'm feeling pretty good.
Okay.
I'm pretty confident, and hopefully I can get that win.
Out of Millsboro, Delaware, Sussex Central High School, how'd you find your way to West Virginia State University?
I found my way to West Virginia State from my sister, Tatiana. So she went here for track and field for long jump sprints. I was like, okay. She likes the program. I might like the program. I went on the visit, and I just love the school.
Absolutely. Beautiful place there on the Institute campus. We'll let you get some rest. Congratulations, my man, on the win.
Thank you.
All right, there you go. From West Virginia State University, victorious is Malik Kelsick, a sophomore out of the state of Delaware. We'll break away. You're watching live coverage of the Mountain East Conference Indoor Track Championships on the Mountain East Conference Digital Network.
For over 4 decades, the health plan is called West Virginia Home. It all started with a vision to serve our community with pride and integrity. We've grown alongside West Virginia, becoming part of its fabric. We've been here through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Because at the health plan, we don't just work here, we live here. Proudly serving West Virginia since 1979. Your trusted partner in the community, the health plan. Here for you.
No weekend plans? Try some of ours. From unrivaled outdoor adventure you won't find anywhere else in the world, to hometown plates and platters that pair well with the local craft beers. The happiest hours start here. Mountaineer Country. Come, go wild.
Davis & Elkins College is known for the quality of nurses, business leaders, and teachers we prepare for the field. And our location makes programs in resource management and outdoor recreation a natural fit. With distinction and excellence, we provide an affordable education designed just for you.
West Virginia Wesleyan College has always been about helping students become the best versions of themselves. The sense of community here is real and palpable. You're not going to get lost at a college that's filled with faculty who are here for one reason. That reason is to teach people, because they're not a number here, they're a person here. At West Virginia Wesleyan College, here you can achieve whatever your dreams are. This is a place that's accessible, affordable, but the people are what have always made this college so amazing.
It's about unlocking your potential and discovering your purpose.
It's about community and how we can better serve others.
It's about learning and doing.
It's about the journey and the road getting there.
It's about opportunities and the endless possibilities.
It's about finding where you belong, and it is here at Concord University.
It's about you, and it starts with you.
Fairmont State University is a great place. A cozy campus surrounded by nature and outdoor adventure. An authentic school filled with friendly people who are down to earth. People who roll up their sleeves, help each other out, get stuff done, and have fun doing it. That's what makes Fairmont State such a great place. It's a great place to make friends for life and a great place to soar. Learn more at fairmontstate.edu.
What's possible when you have the freedom to explore things that inspire you? To be a part of a community that supports and challenges you. Where can you go to find the space and time to reach your goals? Who can you become when you're able to make connections in a place where you belong? Find out what's possible at Frostburg State University.
Glenville State University offers cutting-edge programs, small class sizes, and dedicated faculty providing students with a personalized experience focused on their success. With the lowest tuition in the Mountain State, every student has the opportunity to achieve their goals. At Glenville State University, you'll find a community that supports, challenges, and inspires you every step of the way. From hands-on learning in state-of-the-art facilities to internships that connect you with real-world opportunities, we prepare you for the challenges and triumphs of tomorrow. Pioneer your future at Glenville State University.
All right, we saw the grueling men's 5,000 meter finals a moment ago, won by Hugo Hewitt of the University of Charleston. Moved into the men's 200 meters, and now it's time for the women's 5,000 meters. This is a final. Bethany Wallace, a junior from the University of Charleston. Ava Lightfritz, a freshman from the University of Charleston. Point Park junior, Alana Dijksterad. Junior from Fairmont State, Megan Mitchell. Steri Kaljaper of Point Park, a senior. Rebecca Tellez, a junior from Davis & Elkins. Brooke Jacobs, a junior from D&E, West Virginia Wesleyans. Mariam Alzubi, a junior. Junior Zoe Belshon of Davis & Elkins. Natalie Barr, who's having a great season for Glenville, a junior. Jenna Barnett, a sophomore from Glenville. Taylor Hess, a sophomore from West Virginia Wesleyan. Hannah Schauman, a junior from Frostburg State. Point Park junior Cassandra O'Connor, West Virginia Wesleyans. Lindsey Dillon and Katie Hicks, a sophomore from Glenville. They make up your field here in the women's 5,000 meters.
And already, Mark, we got early separation. We haven't even made it through a lap. We got early separation from 2 runners.
Now you're going to have Natalie Barr up there from Glenville in the blue.
And Natalie Barr from Glenville in the Point Park. That would be...
Yeah, for Point Park, it's Cassandra O'Connor, Jr.
There's so much mental in this type of race. You have 2 runners with about a 25-meter lead over the rest of the pack, 15 total female runners in this women's 5,000 meters.
Natalie Barr broke her own school record of the mile with a time of 4 minutes 58 seconds, finishing second in the 37-runner race that was staged right here in Huntington, the Jewel City Invitational.
O'Connor and Barr just kind of running their own special race, and then we'll have pretty good challenge here from what's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We've got a cluster of about 8 runners, 9 runners running in a pod there, about 25 to 30 meters behind O'Connor.
Now Barr out of Canvas, West Virginia, went to Nicholas County High School.
She's a Grizzly.
School that had a great coach there. He's retired now, just retired. One of our great friends, Gene Morris, who was a 3-sport athlete at your alma mater, Ravenswood. Football, wrestling. He was a state champ in baseball. And I'll tell you what, just a terrific coach there at Nicholas County, and they were lucky to have him for a long, long time. Just retired a year ago. His first football season out was the 2025 campaign.
Yeah, and you don't see guys that are going to stay that long in any sport. Mark, and hats off to Gene, and had a wonderful family. His brother Greg, a wonderful athlete as well. All-state baseball player. Played some baseball down here at Marshall.
Sure did.
Was an excellent player. Both of them, I had the privilege of being on a softball team that was state champions with them, and always had a good time.
Natalie Barr's brother Luke is also a member of the track and field program at Glenville, so family affair indeed. So Connor leads the way. Barr is second at the moment. Women's 5,000-meter final. The women's 200-meter coming up, and then relay action to conclude day 1 here in Huntington.
Yeah, Barr and O'Connor, Mark, have separated themselves. We started, first we're saying it was about 25 meters. Now we're looking at about 35 meters. We're looking at about a 6 to 7 second differential between them. So, you know, this is a 2-horse race right now. I'm not calling them horses, thoroughbreds. 2 thoroughbred race right now with Barr and O'Connor.
O'Connor out of South Park High School in Pittsburgh, so stayed close to home.
Barr staying with O'Connor a little bit. O'Connor trying to pick up the pace a little bit. They're about roughly about a fourth of the way through the race right now.
Jim, we talked with Colette Patty earlier. She was a winner here, and 60-meter dash, and Natalie Barr and Colette Patty, they shared the Indoor Track and Field Athlete of the Week award back in January 19th.
Yeah, with Barr and O'Connor are running 1 and 2. Well, O'Connor and Barr running 1 and 2 with about a 12-second gap now between the cluster of the pack of 8, we'll call them, trying to vie for the last 6 positions here on the podium.
Colette Patty won the 3rd heat the 60-meter dash, I should say. The finals are tomorrow, but
correct.
She was quite impressive nonetheless.
Yeah, certainly one of the contenders. We know that. Mark, you alluded to the 200-meter women's prelims tonight, and then the always fun and quite unique distance medley relay to wrap up this evening's events. That's certainly one of the more exciting relays you'll see in all of track and field.
Had a good view there of this facility, and something that hardly find a school at the Division I level, certainly without an indoor football track and field complex, and definitely it has been great for the Mountain East Conference here the last several years.
Sure has a wonderful job of Marshall allowing the MEC to host this. It's a wonderful complex, and just perfect atmosphere, and you see it, you see an awful lot of athletes that are cheering their teammates on, and this is one of those events where you can easily get lost in it. 16 laps, they got 13 of them to go, 12 to go really for the leaders. They're running pretty good times right now. You got O'Connor and Barr out there clearly in the lead, and just got a little bit of a separation now, Mark, with that pack of 8. They've started to stack themselves up a little bit. Mitchell out of Fairmont running third.
Well, we discussed that there are a lot of new coaches this year for track and field in the Mountain East Conference. Concord with Jonathan Keigel, and he replaced Mikey Cox, who was a sensational distance runner in West Virginia and beyond, and then guided that program since 2001. Keigel comes to Concord from fellow Division II school, Lynn University in Boca Raton, Florida, where he was an assistant coach. Jason Piles in his 6th season now as the head coach at Davis and Elkins. Kaylin Christopher entering her 5th consecutive season leading the men's and women's cross-country teams at Fairmont, and now has added track and field. Christopher had been a head coach at Alderson Broadus, and she had been at Rollins College in the fall of 2019. She's also coached at Salem, and of course just had a sensational running career, prep star at Preston High School, and a 9-time West Virginia state champ before moving on and doing great things at West Virginia University. Rayshawn Walker entering his 1st season at the helm of Frostburg. He had been the head track and field cross-country coach at Division II William Jewell College before coming to Frostburg. Dan Myers now in his 5th season leading the program at Glenville State. Tim Kramer been at it now in his 5th season guiding the program at Point Park. Of course, Nick Bias, 12th season. Nick was inducted into the University of Charleston's Hall of Fame this past fall. And West Liberty under new leadership in Michael Trax, former Hilltopper assistant, overseeing the jumps group and brings strong familiarity to the program. Kelsey Chambers now in year 2 at West Virginia Wesleyan, and Greg Schmidt in his 1st season guiding the program at Wheeling University. So great to have all those coaches a part of the Mountain East Conference.
Still with a 1-2 race with O'Connor and Barr leading the pack, and here's Mitchell kind of separating herself as third. Kind of opened up that separation between 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 right now.
Again, to go through the field again, Bethany Wallace, junior out of Charleston. Ava Lightfritz from Charleston, a freshman. Alana Dice-Gerard, a junior from Point Park. Megan Mitchell, junior from Fairmont State. Point Park senior. Steri Koljaper. Rebecca Tellez, a junior from Davison Elkins. Brooke Jacobs, a junior from Davison Elkins. Mariam Alzubi, a junior from West Virginia Wesleyan. Zoe Belshin, junior D&E. Glenville State's Natalie Barr and Jenna Barnett. Sophomore Taylor Hess from West Virginia Wesleyan. Hannah Schauman of Frostburg State, a junior. Cassandra O'Connor, the leader, the junior from Point Park. Wesleyan's Lindsay Dillon, a sophomore. And Katie Hicks from Glenville State University. She is a sophomore, and I got to give a shout out. That is the granddaughter of the one and only Charles Hicks.
Is that right?
Wonderful minister in Ripley at Calvary United Methodist Church for many years. One of the very best.
Mark, a little side note, my first set of golf clubs I ever owned I bought from Reverend Hicks.
Did you really?
Yes, I did.
Well,
many years ago.
Quite proud of their granddaughters,
yes,
no doubt.
They are.
Grandchildren, I should say. They finally got a grandson. They had a lot of granddaughters there for a while. Charles and Joy, just wonderful people. And Katie Hicks, sophomore, which she's going to have a chance learning a lot from this great Natalie Barr, who's a junior. And right now in second, Cassandra O'Connor is your leader.
About ready to lap the field. O'Connor 1 and Barr 2 on split times right now, with Rebecca Tellez third. Jenna Barnett fourth right now, with just a little bit of lead over Lindsey Dillon.
Yeah, so a level with 2 of the top 4 at the moment.
It'll be interesting to see who's going to make their move and where they're going to make their move. It looks like Barr's quite comfortable staying right behind O'Connor. She kind of loses her on the straights and then catches her on the curves and loses her on the straight. It's really interesting to watch her run. O'Connor likes to stretch it out on the straights, and then when she gets around the curve, she's a little bit more conservative, and then Barr will reel her in, and then they kind of play this yo-yo game back and forth. So it'll be interesting to see how this one plays out.
Well, we talked about it in the men's 5,000-meter run, and we saw Hugo Hewitt.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was effortless and just maintained that stride, and no pain whatsoever. Though we know there was, but
there are definitely some heavy breathing and pain.
But he just kind of, bided his time and would come away victorious. And right now, it's been a 2 individual race here on the women's side. It was a few more contenders on the men's side, but right now it is all about O'Connor and Barr.
Yeah, O'Connor's kind of right now stretched out a little bit of a lead on Barr. Not much, but enough right now to make this thing a mental aspect for Barr, because she's now went back about another 2 extra strides behind O'Connor. And that kind of, you see the encouragement there from her coach. Keep that up, keep that tempo up, keep the pressure on Barr. See if she can even lengthen the gap and see what kind of fuel she has left in that tank.
Barr came in with the best time at 17 minutes, 33.63 seconds. O'Connor's time, 17 minutes, 48.49 seconds. And not much separating Cassandra O'Connor and Natalie Barr. You're watching live coverage of the Mountain East Conference Indoor Track and Field Championships on the Mountain East Conference Digital Network. Great to have you along. Outstanding Division II athletes competing. And, we talk about you want to finish strong here, indoor season coming to a close. But for many, Jim, then it's going to be moving on to national competition.
You got a lot of these, talk about the caliber of athletes that are in the MEC. Mark, a lot of them will move on to the national level to compete and have done very well in many, many aspects of it. So this just isn't the end just because it's the championship. It's the end of the MEC championship, but they'll move on to higher competition.
And then they'll blink, and it'll be the outdoor season.
And the outdoor season starts. They won't get too much of a turnaround.
Outdoor championships again, Milan Park there in Morgantown, where we had a chance to be last spring. A lot of fun there.
Well, it started out, Mark, with O'Connor with about a 2 stride length on Barr, turned into about a 4 stride length, and now we're looking at really more of about a 6 to 8 stride length. So she's starting to separate herself a little bit, trying to get the gap as much as she can. I would suspect that Barr has, she knows that Barr's got a nice kick. She's just going to try to deflate her as much as she can, get as much separation as she can, and try to hold her off.
You can see Barr starting to, as O'Connor has as well, lap certain runners. Rebecca Tellez of Davison Elkins is in third with Lindsey Dillon of Wesleyan and Jenna Barnett of Glenville. So Glenville's got two of the top five here. Miriam Alzubi of Wesleyan in sixth at the moment. Megan Mitchell of Fairmont seventh. Zoe Belshan of Davison Elkins eighth. Taylor Hess ninth out of Wesleyan. And Brooke Jacobs of Davison Elkins is 10th. So there you see Natalie Barr trying to strike and not let O'Connor get too far out in front. What a battle it's been between these two young ladies here. Now you hear the bell, Jim.
There's the bell lap. So let's see if Barr's going to try to reel her in. You see her, she gets on this back curve right here. And you see the bell lap. She's right on O'Connor's shoulder. And kind of going to pass her because she feels like she's got enough left in the tank with 300 meters to go. Just going to see who's got the guts to gut this thing out.
And they got to get around two runners here. So Barr has gone in front. She looks back.
She looks real strong coming through that curve, Mark.
Natalie Barr and O'Connor starting to drift. And the Glenville State University Pioneer, a product of Nicholas County High School in beautiful Summersville. Natalie Barr, the junior, is going to come away with the 5,000 meter run championship. And Cassandra O'Connor, who ran a great race. And they were neck and neck throughout, and both laid out there on the track here at the Chris Klein Athletic Complex. What a great race. Natalie Barr, 17 minutes, 17:16:63. Cassandra O'Connor, 17 minutes, 22.85 seconds. Absolute gut check time for those two.
Rebecca Tellez from D&E rolling in at third. Lindsey Dillon from Wesleyan bringing in that fourth spot. Good, strong finishes from both of those runners.
And Jenna Barnett coming across there. So Glenville going to have two top 10 finishers. Marian Alzubi was fifth. Barnett got sixth there for Glenville. Megan Mitchell of Fairmont was seventh. Zoe Belshan of Davison Elkins was eighth. And how about Katie Hicks finishing ninth?
Nice little effort from
Taylor Hess. She was a standout athlete at Tucker County High School as a twin sister. And they were tough little basketball players for the Mountain Lions. So 3 top 10 finishers for Glenville State University with Natalie Barr leading the way as she takes it in a time of 17 minutes, 16.63 seconds.
And a nice PR for Natalie Barr as well. She just bided her time with Cassandra O'Connor. And O'Connor, again, kind of like the previous race where we had a lead and then we had the lead change whenever they decided they were going to make their move. And great job by Natalie Barr running exactly the race that she wanted to run there.
There's a good look at Natalie. Just a junior. Summersville not far from Glenville. Just a nice little place for her to go and continue excelling as a runner and doing so under Dan Myers, the head coach of the Pioneers. Cassandra O'Connor, great effort out of Point Park. She's still seated there on the track. Women's 200 meters coming up here.
See, here you have, this is that bell lap, and you saw the acceleration from Natalie Barr. She said, I've got 300 meters to go, and it's time to go. Cassandra O'Connor knows she's on her right shoulder. There's really not a whole lot she can do with her. Try to stay with her as best she can.
Right about there, Barr becomes the leader.
And does not relinquish the lead with about 200 meters to go. Great job because she takes a couple looks back to see just how close did.
Then she becomes the sprinter.
Well, then she's thinking, okay, is Cassandra going to make a move here on this back stretch, or is she just going to stay back there? So she said, it doesn't matter. I'm taking off, and I'm going. And if she wants to go with me, that's fine. She took one more peek back there. There's another one. They're coming down that stretch, so she knows she's won this. Just a matter of finishing this thing through. And
great job. And our Butch Mounts, our executive producer, he has tracked down the winner of the women's 5,000 meters from Glenville State University by way of Summersville, West Virginia, Natalie Barr. Natalie, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear y'all.
All right, Natalie, congratulations. You caught your breath here. What a race, and you and Cassandra really battled it out there to almost the very end.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you.
Yeah, I noticed, Natalie, you were kind of looking back to see if was Cassandra going to go with you, and then you just kept taking peeks back there with about 200-300 meters to go, and just decided I'm just going to go ahead and kick it, right?
Yeah, for sure. It was a tough race, so I honestly didn't even think I had a kick in me. So when I did make a kick, I wanted to commit to it, but I also needed to know what was coming from behind me. So,
Natalie, for you, the season got started. You were Mountain East Conference Competitor of the Week, Athlete of the Week. How much did that help your confidence here now in your junior season?
Yeah, it's definitely helped my confidence a lot, just to keep improving my times and kind of start making my marks at the top. It's kind of helped me feel more confident for sure.
Yeah, how have you felt, Natalie, because you were kind of trailing Cassandra for 3/4 of for 90% of the race, and you decide to make your move. Are you comfortable running a two-spot like that?
Yeah, I like to run behind someone just to kind of get a feel off how other people are feeling. But I got to be honest, she was definitely running a lot stronger than me. I honestly didn't even – she was pulling away from me is what it felt like, at least. I didn't know what was going to happen in that last mile.
Well, we noticed in the race that, she would stride it out in the straights and kind of get some margin on you, and then you would close it in the curves, and then she would stride. This is going to play out for the last 6 or 7 laps. Is really kind of humorous.
Yeah, for sure. She was definitely throwing some surges in there. It was just a matter of keep closing the gaps when she did that. So,
yep.
I also want to ask you about 2 other teammates, and they finish in the top 10.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Katie Hicks and Jenna Barnett, my two training partners of many. But, yeah, they're incredible. They push me every single day to be the best version of myself, and I'm so lucky to get to train with both of them. They're both truly amazing. So.
All right, we're in heat 1 of the 200 meters. I want to hold you for one more second. Got one more thing I want to ask you here. University of Charleston, and it looks like Colette Patty is going to come away victorious. But I got to ask you, one of my dear friends, Gene Morris at Nicholas County High School, did he teach you to run like that?
Yeah, he maybe had some factors in that.
All right, Natalie, happy for you. A great run, and look forward to seeing you the rest of the way here in this meet.
Thank you guys so much.
All right, there she is out of Summersville, West Virginia. Natalie Barr winning the 5,000 meters, and Colette Patty having a nice Saturday meet here.
Saturday evening here. She just blazed through that first set of trials there in her 200. Really comfortable, very comfortable run by Colette Patty.
All right, Sierra Lanham out of West Liberty, a senior. Kiara Ross out of West Liberty, a junior. Point Park junior. Adeline Brower and Jayla Wood, sophomore from West Virginia State. Those are the 4 here in heat number 2 as they Jim, usually we've got to take a break, and then we come back, and then we get, but just a nice interview there with Natalie Barr.
Yeah, Natalie did a nice job. I will say, I wasn't going to say this to her and kind of make Hugo feel bad, but, she wasn't breathing nearly as labored as Hugo was. And they both ran the same distance. Now, I'm not going to compare apples with oranges here, but, she seemed a little bit more poised with a little bit more oxygen in the tank.
All right, there will be 4 heats here for the women's 200 meters. Again, the men's 200 meters staged earlier. Timber Huseman's won Heat 1. Luis Castriota won Heat 2. Huseman's from West Liberty. Castriota from West Virginia State. Tristan Oler of West Liberty won Heat 3. And Malik Kelsick of West Virginia State won Heat 4. Gun fired, and away we go.
Ross with a good stagger make up through the curve there from West Lib.
Well, they come down the far straightaway. And a good run there by Kara Ross. 25.32 seconds. Placing second was teammate Sierra Lanham, 25.78. Jayla Woods of State was third, and Adeline Brower was fourth. So Isabel Mastria, a junior from Frostburg, will be in lane 3. Timmy Tufagalali is in lane 4. Danielle Perez in lane 5, and Akila Ling is in lane 6. Tufagalali we saw earlier. She won the Heat 2 of the 60 meters. Mastria won Heat 1 of the 60 meters. Colette Patty.
And they will be battling in lanes 3 and 4. Got 3 states and a Frostburg.
Yeah. Hogan Lawley. Mastria, Perez, and Ling.
Again, Mark, start is critical in this 200, and how aggressive do you run the curves? Good start from all of them. Nothing conservative, nothing over-explosive. Ogunlale out and already set up the stagger. Mastria with a nice strong run through the curve as they come into the straight stretch. And it's a battle.
Yes, it is. Ogunlale, I believe.
Got her by
25.22 seconds.
Half a stride. Looking at 6/100ths of a second, Mark. Razor close. Masters saw her there. Looked back over to the right. Looks like a little bit like she's limping coming off the track there, Mark. A little concern out of that. I mean, maybe too much of an overstride. Trying to overcompensate to close the gap.
Ogunlale out of Licking Heights High School. Brother who was an outstanding football player.
The fourth of 4 heats in the women's 200-meter prelims. Coming up.
All right, so here in Heat 4, Darian Christian out of West Virginia Wesleyan, Maya Greshner, Point Park, Nakia Fletcher of West Virginia State, and Amia Denmark of West Virginia State. And the men's distance medley relay coming up. going to be 1,200, 400, 800, 1,600.
Yeah, it's very, very unique. Right, super exciting. You got a distance with a sprint, and then a distance or another somewhat of a sprint with an 800, and then another distance. So, yeah, it's always exciting to see how well they can close the gap or how much a gap they can separate themselves from the rest of the field.
In running events tomorrow, the men's mile final will take place at 4:10. Action in the field events gets started at 11:30 with the women's high jump, men's triple jump, men's weight throw, men's high jump, women's triple jump, and the women's weight throw. Big day on the final day, Sunday, here in Huntington.
Denmark had a great start, but through this curve, you're seeing all this power coming in from Christian. She's made up the stride through the curve. Going to try to hold them off.
Yeah, 2 West Virginia State runners and a Wesleyan runner, and it's going to be Greshner with the victory, 25.69. Maya Greshner from Point Park. Darian Christian was second, 25.94, and then the 2 West Virginia State runners, Fletcher and Denmark, 3 and 4 respectively. All right, Jim, we will be getting a word here with Point Park's Maya Greshner. And she takes the victory. Greshner out of Pittsburgh, went to Thomas Jefferson High School, started her career at Carlow University. For coming back home, she is a junior sprinter and also involved with field events. And Maya Greshner joining us, and Maya, congratulations as you take the victory here in this 4th and final heat of the 200 meters. Take us through it.
Thank you. My plan was to just run how I ran the second half of my 4, get out hard and just maintain, stay in front. That's exactly what happened. So,
yeah, how'd you feel like you came out of the blocks?
I seem to be like popping out of the blocks, honestly. So I'm hoping tomorrow to get my blocks down a little bit better.
Yeah, I thought it looked a little. Probably I'd grade you about a B on coming out of the blocks.
You're being generous. You're being generous.
Hey, he's a former school teacher.
Yeah. Okay.
Maya, you started your career at Carlow before coming back to your hometown. How great has it been to be back in the Steel City and competing as a college athlete?
I love it. I have a little sister, so it means everything. Like her being able to like sit here and watch me run. So, love being close to home.
Good deal, and congratulations. We'll let you go catch your breath, and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Maya Greshner, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Thomas Jefferson High School, and she wins that 4th and final heat. So we got a little break here before we have the men's distance medley relay to close out our action here in Huntington on day 1. You're watching live coverage of the Mountain East Conference Indoor Track Championships on the Mountain East Conference Digital Network.
For over 4 decades, the health plan is called West Virginia Home. It all started with a vision to serve our community with pride and integrity. We've grown alongside West Virginia, becoming part of its fabric. We've been here through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Because at the health plan, we don't just work here, we live here. Proudly serving West Virginia since 1979. Your trusted partner in the community. The health plan. Here for you.
No weekend plans? Try some of ours. From unrivaled outdoor adventure you won't find anywhere else in the world, to hometown plates and platters that pair well with the local craft beers. The happiest hours start here. Mountaineer Country. Come, go wild.
Davis-Elkins College is known for the quality of nurses, business leaders, and teachers we prepare for the field. And our location makes programs in resource management and outdoor recreation a natural fit. With distinction and excellence, we provide an affordable education designed just for you.
West Virginia Wesleyan College has always been about helping students become the best versions of themselves. The sense of community here is real and palpable. You're not going to get lost at a college that's filled with faculty who are here for one reason. That reason is to teach people, because they're not a number here, they're a person here. At West Virginia Wesleyan College, here you can achieve whatever your dreams are. This is a place that's accessible, affordable, but the people are what have always made this college so amazing.
It's about unlocking your potential and discovering your purpose.
It's about community and how we can better serve others.
It's about learning and doing.
It's about the journey and the road getting there.
It's about opportunities and the endless possibilities.
It's about finding where you belong, and it is here at Concord University.
It's about you, and it starts with you.
Fairmont State University is a great place. A cozy campus surrounded by nature and outdoor adventure. An authentic school filled with friendly people who are down to earth. People who roll up their sleeves, help each other out, get stuff done, and have fun doing it. That's what makes Fairmont State such a great place. It's a great place to make friends for life and a great place to soar. Learn more at fairmontstate.edu.
What's possible when you have the freedom to explore things that inspire you? To be a part of a community that supports and challenges you. Where can you go to find the space and time to reach your goals? Who can you become when you're able to make connections in a place where you belong? Find out what's possible at Frostburg State University.
Glenville State University offers cutting-edge programs, small class sizes, and dedicated faculty providing students with a personalized experience focused on their success. With the lowest tuition in the Mountain State, every student has the opportunity to achieve their goals. At Glenville State University, you'll find a community that supports, challenges, and inspires you every step of the way. From hands-on learning in state-of-the-art facilities to internships that connect you with real-world opportunities, we prepare you for the challenges and triumphs of tomorrow. Pioneer your future at Glenville State University.
Fairmont State University is a great place. A cozy campus surrounded by nature and outdoor adventure. An authentic school filled with friendly people who are down to earth. People who roll up their sleeves, help each other out, get stuff done, and have fun doing it. That's what makes Fairmont State such a
And Corey Boggs, part of our crew. All right, Jim, the distance medley relay.
Yeah, only an indoor event, Mark. That they don't do it in the outdoor. And it's the only relay race that has 4 runners running 4 different, and then we're going to get a start right off the bat. Basically looking at about 4 laps here. 1,200 meters.
800 and 1,600. That's how it will go. Frostburg State, Concord, Wheeling, D&E, Point Park, West Liberty, Charleston, Glenville State, West Virginia State, and West Virginia Wesleyan. Point Park in the lead to start it out. Frostburg second, UC third.
Just a few of the men's teams, Mark, have actually marked times in this distance medley. Being indoors, of course, it kind of limits their opportunities to run the distance medley. They do not run it outside typically. It's an indoor race. So you've got a distance run, and then you've got a sprint, and another distance run.
Point Park with the early lead. Getting the handoff, and we will have a 400-meter unfold on the second leg here. Point Park has come out.
Time to make the move if they're going to make it for this exchange. This is where it gets a little bit more technical, Mark. They got to pass the baton within the exchange zone. They can't be outside of it to do it. And a lot of jockeying and battling goes on here with this exchange. These guys that are coming up that are going to run the 400, they're right at the finish line. We'll see them. They're coming out of this second curve. You'll see this straight, and then we'll get the exchange with about 60 meters to go.
UC has gone in front here in the 1,200-meter leg.
They've got another 300 meters to go to pass their baton, and we've got us about a 3-man race right now. Point Park, UC, and D&E. Nice seamless exchange there from the UC runners.
The UC out in front. And you've been going at a 1,200-meter pace.
Now we're into the sprint phase of it.
Yeah, and just flying around here at warp speed. And that's Carlos Gomez running the 400-meter leg for the University of Charleston.
Gomez is in the lead. He's got about a 6 to 8 meter lead right now. Starting to stretch it out a little bit. See if he's got a little bit left down this straight stretch.
Then it will be the 800-meter leg. Handoff has been made from your 400-man to your 800-man.
Yeah, the top three, Mark, honestly, the best handoff I saw exchange in terms of deceleration. The best handoff I saw was the Point Park team that's now running third and has closed the gap on second place. Like we said, we had a distance, a sprint, a semi-sprint with the 800, and then we finish it with a 1,600.
When you think of all those great distance runners that UC has, tight here with UC, Frostburg, and Point Park. Frostburg and Point Park have made up some time here.
Yes, they have.
On this 800 meters. Frostburg now in the lead. UC falls back to second. Point Park is third. Good strong running here by the Bobcats from Maryland.
UC looking awful strong coming out of the curve.
Frostburg did not have a runner in the 5,000 meters.
See what kind of exchange we get here right here for the 16.
I'll tell you what, those guys were moving in that 800 meters.
Yeah, you want to try to, what you want to try to do, and you got 16 laps or 1,600 meters to go, you want to close that gap as quickly as possible and then get in your rhythm. You don't want to burn yourself out in the first 200 meters and then you're running sluggishly the rest of the 1,400 meters to go. Get back in with the pack and stay with them. You got 5 1/3 laps through this thing.
Getting started with the 12, then 4, then 8, and now 16.
They're running an absolutely scorching pace right now for that 1,600. They're going to have to, at some point, throttle it down a little bit and getting some tempo running. Right now, they're running really, really hard. You see Frostburg and Point Park 1, 2, 3 in this men's distance medley relay.
Get a good look here as they come down that far straightaway.
Just trying to read some body language here, Mark, who's looks like they're struggling. You can kind of see a little bit of a waver there from UC and some really good form running there from Frostburg. A little bit of a fade there from Point Park right now.
I believe it is actually D&E is in second. Frostburg has fallen to fourth. Bell lap. UC. Starting to stretch it out a little bit. D&E second. Point Park is third. Frostburg is fourth.
UC has extended their lead, Mark. They went from about 10 meters to about 16, 17 meters with just under 75 meters to go.
Well, always great if you can win that last event heading into the second day.
We got a challenge here for second, Mark.
Get that momentum going into day two. Point Park trying to emerge here, but Frostburg now in second.
I think the Frostburg kid probably miscalculated his distance. Started his kick a little too soon. He had another lap left.
And Frostburg now going to see if they can make a move here and get to third.
Yeah, he's got some ground to make up, and he has some real estate to do it in.
UC leads. D&E second.
UC's got pretty good distance between them and D&E. He's going to hold them off.
Gliding across. UC takes it. D&E will be second. And Point Park manages to recover and take third, and fourth will go to Frostburg. UC with a time of 10 minutes, 4.62 seconds. D&E was second. Point Park third. Frostburg finishes fourth. West Liberty fifth. And on we go in the men's distance medley relay, won by the University of Charleston.
Like we said earlier, Mark, very unique race. You see a little bit of everything in this race.
Teams finishing it up. Glenville was sixth. Looks like Wesleyan finished seventh. A few teams still out on the track. And again, we got the women's distance medley relay. Coming up here. West Virginia State trying to hang on here, and I believe they were able to do so. Concord was seventh. Wesleyan was eighth, State ninth, and Wheeling was 10th. All right, we'll break away. We'll come back, and we bring you our final event on this Saturday, and it is the women's distance medley relay. You're watching live coverage of the Mountain East Conference Indoor Track Championships on the Mountain East Conference Digital Network.
Our mission as educators is to help you grow, explore, and achieve your aspirations. When our seniors graduate, they receive more than just a diploma. They leave Wheeling University with clarity, purpose, and the confidence that they need to succeed throughout their career. Exceptional experiences, exciting opportunities, meaningful guidance, and lifelong friendships. This is the foundation and academic excellence we believe in. That's the Wheeling University difference.
You have dreams.
You have dreams.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there?
For more than 125 years, West Virginia State University has been educating generations of students who have gone on to change the world.
At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty.
You study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have. No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State.
Trying to find where you fit in the world can be challenging. But then there's a moment where it all comes together. And that moment happens at Point Park University. Career-focused programs converge with a vibrant downtown campus to prepare you for work and life. From experienced professors and internships to culture and job opportunities, you'll get the best of both worlds. Point Park University, where it all comes together.
For over 4 decades, the health plan is called West Virginia Home. It all started with a vision to serve our community with pride and integrity. We've grown alongside West Virginia, becoming part of its fabric. We've been here through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Because at the health plan, we don't just work here, we live here. Proudly serving West Virginia since 1979. Your trusted partner in the community, the health plan. Here for you.
No weekend plans? Try some of ours. From unrivaled outdoor adventure you won't find anywhere else in the world, to hometown plates and platters that pair well with the local craft beers. The happiest hours start here. Mountaineer Country. Come, go wild.
All right, we got the women's distance medley relay now, and it's Glenville State, West Virginia Wesleyan, West Virginia State, Point Park, West Liberty, Davison-Elkins, Frostburg State, UC, and Concord. 9 teams, and coming in with the best time is Davison-Elkins, 12 minutes, 17.99 seconds. See all the teams. Really great to see Fairmont State with track and field.
That's been dormant for a few years.
There are our lane assignments. So Glenville in 1, Wesleyan 2, State 3, Point Park 4, West Lib, D&E, Frostburg, and UC. Davison-Elkins has the meet record. Wheeler, Walls, Hessen, and Twyman, 12 minutes, 8.11 seconds. Ella Hessen, the great runner from Williamstown. She had a great career there at Davison-Elkins. You think about these runners, they, come on board to a program before you know it, that career comes to a close. All right, Jim, here we go.
Yeah, good start out.
And again,
to the gates.
And to reiterate, 1,200 meters on the opening leg, 400, 800, and then we close it with a 1,600-meter run. And it's Davison-Elkins out in front.
Yeah, from the get-go, wanted to establish the lead, kind of set the tempo, wanted to be away from the rest of the crowd, not get herself boxed in. That was a really smart move. But you just got to set the tempo now since you're the runner and you're a lead runner. There are lead runners and there are followers, what we call them draggers, the ones that draft off of the lead. But some are really good about running in the lead, and some others really are more comfortable coming from behind. It's 1,200 meters. It's a 300-meter track, so you're looking at 4 times around the track before the exchange. And while we say sometimes the exchange isn't critical when you're dealing with this kind of distance, but what you don't want to do is get clogged up and lose your rhythm, and then it frustrates you coming out of the gate when you have the baton.
Wesleyan and Glenville basically side by side. They're all jammed in there.
They're all running for 2 right now. D&E clearly in the lead.
The next leg will be the 400 meters. It's always so interesting to see the switch from 12 to 4.
That's a big drop-off.
Of course, we will close with the 4x4 tomorrow evening.
Always a super, super exciting race.
Yeah, you have great memories of that, winning a state championship. You needed to win it.
To win it?
1993, right?
Yep. And I still, to this day, remember telling those 4 girls, I said, it isn't pressure, it's a privilege. And boy, did they respond. Now we got our pack of about 5 or 6 runners running second. D&E's comfortably in the lead, Mark.
Yeah, and we would like to just say we forgive us because we do not have the names of each runner in the stage they are in. Davison-Elkins clearly in front. Going to take a lot of work, Jim.
Yeah, I mean they got about a 60-meter lead right now, Mark. That's pretty good distance that you've separated yourself from the rest of the pack, because now you got 2 basically sprints to see what kind of distance they can either gain beyond that, or will it get close. This is a really, really good battle right now going on for second. You got 4 teams there, UC,
West Lib, Wesleyan, and Point.
And they're all jockeying there for that second spot. You see here, coming up here is the exchange. the first exchange, and it's going to be a 400. D&E, of course, right out of the gate. All good, clean exchanges there.
See if we can pick up who Jason Piles inserted as his 400 runner.
They have closed the gap ever so slightly, not by much, Mark. The 800 could really tell a difference here. This is just one. We're going to have an exchange down here at the finish line. Will be the third leg running an 800 meter, which is basically 2 2/3 laps.
Always love to see the teammates run up and down.
They just encourage them.
They sometimes run more than the runners do. Time it's all said and done. All right, the handoff has been made. So D&E on the third leg, and that is the 800-meter stage.
Again, their goal there from Point Park and UC is to try to close as much of the gap as they can, as quickly as they can, without taking themselves out of the race. You don't want to completely close the gap. It's not that important. You've got you're looking at 2 2/3 laps, so you've got plenty of time to close the gap. They can see how much distance they're gaining off of that lead runner, and it has now shrunk, Mark, to about 7 seconds. But again, we have another leg to go. There's a lot of strategy that comes into this. I mean, which runner are you going to put there? You're going to put, you're going to put your best 8. You're just going to put one of them in there. Try to keep it in line to where your 16 can come in. There's so much to it.
Again, the fourth and final leg, the 1,600 meters. Davis and Elkins was led through the first 3 stages.
Well, that gap's been close to about 3 seconds now.
And University of Charleston in second place.
This is going to be a real interesting finish here. Let's see what kind of fuel's left from D&E, whether they can separate themselves out with another about 200 meters to go on the last exchange with a 1,600 to wrap it up.
That's just amazing how you break it all down, and there for a while you thought D&E's going to run away with it. Things have changed. UC in second, Point Park in third. D&E in good shape, and a nice little kick here.
D&E's really started accelerating. Had a little bit left in. Spread that back out to about 4-second lead.
All right, so our top teams now into the fourth and final leg here.
Get that baton adjusted to exactly the way they want. Kind of goes within the rhythm of their stride and their arms. And the thing about this, Mark, you spend so much energy trying to close that gap, and you see if she can get there. The sooner that they can get there, the more they can relax and know that we'll just see who's got the most at the end of this race. But still running 1, 2, 3, D&E, UC, and Point Park.
Well, we started with the 60-meter hurdles, moved to the 400 meters, and it was on to the 60-meter dash. 5,000 meters for the men, 200 meters for the men, 5,000 meters for the women, 200 meters for the women, and the men's distance medley relay won by the University of Charleston. Right now, University of Charleston second in the women's distance medley relay, trailing Davis and Elkins.
Pretty much no change from where we were the previous lap. They've got another lap and a half to go, Mark.
Well, you are that last leg, and you have the weight of the world on your shoulders.
Yeah, you put that person in that position, that one that has that kind of just a little bit more of that competitive edge to where they know that this race hinges on them. There are 3 other runners, of course, but, you know, they're the one that's going to go across the finish line. D&E with a really strong curve run here. You see pretty much the same distance. Point Park running third. Trying to stretch it out a little bit.
A lot of different athletes being used in this event. To the Senators of Davis and Elkins. Got about Jason Piles trying to hang on here and win our final event on day number 1. One lap to go.
Pretty solid lead for D&E. You're looking at about a 6-second differential, another about 5 or 6 seconds between UC and Point Park from second to third.
You get that feeling if you can get around that curve and then just turn on the jets. And you do that, and you bring the Mountain East Conference Championship back to beautiful Elkins. Davis and Elkins got the lead on the 1,200-meter leg, kept it on the 4, and then kept it on the 8, and now we're on the 1 lap.
Yeah, we got the 1 lap.
We had the bell lap earlier, and then
yeah, we kind of
that was back in that men's race, and so all right, so 1 lap to go, and the Senators well in control here, Jim.
Yeah, pretty good, comfortable lead for D&E. I'm sorry, for UC over Point Park for third.
Yeah, Point Park in third. So it's D&E, UC, Point Park, West Virginia State. And a strong kick here. And this will be our championship finish. Davis and Elkins, a title here to end day 1 at the Mountain East Conference Indoor Track Championships. 12 minutes, 2.43 seconds.
Closing in on second is University of Charleston.
Well, Jim and Davis and Elkins, they broke the record from last year, 12:08.11.
That was an excellent time.
12:02.43, so record goes down.
And Point Park made a real valiant effort for third. I mean, she closed the gap down to about 6 or 7 seconds when previously it was like 11 or 12. She ran a great last 1,600.
UC second, Point Park third, Frostburg fourth, Wesleyan fifth, West Liberty sixth, and then 3 more to file in here to close out the competition. Glenville has come in 7th, so it's up to State and Concord to finish things up here in Huntington. Great opening evening of running competition. Big day tomorrow, can't wait. So Concord gets 8th, and West Virginia State is 9th. So a busy day tomorrow. Again, field events will get started at 11:30. Live stream starting at noon, and then we'll get into the running events later in the day. The first at 4:10, and it will be the men's mile run. A lot of business to take care of tomorrow, Jim.
Everything that we see tomorrow is final. So that's where you're sort of going to start racking up those points. Or in the mile, you can have multiple runners in the 60 meters, the hurdles, the 400, 4x4 at the relay, all those wonderful opportunities for those teams to really gain some points.
All right, Jim, great being with you here, and we look forward to tomorrow's action.
Absolutely.
All right, that is going to wrap it up here from inside the Chris Klein Athletic Complex on the campus of Marshall University in Huntington, West Virginia. We salute our great crew, Levi Barnhart, Kate Burgess, Corey Boggs, and, of course, the executive producer of Video Productions is Butch Mounts, Video Productions in conjunction with the Mountain East Conference, bringing us our coverage here on this day one. We'll have day two for you tomorrow, and we cannot wait for the action to unfold. So for our great crew, Jim Mahan, I'm Mark Martin. You've been watching live coverage of the Mountain East Conference Indoor Track Championships on the Mountain East Conference Digital Network.